If it goes to the right scene, I'm done with this. And welcome, finally, after we hit the 10K and looked for an opportunity to find a nice 10K stream party to... All right, who's pressing shit?
I've not touched anything.
And welcome to the 10K party stream. Frickin' hell, let's get on with it. Like the starters you mean to go on? That literally just went scene. And I'm okay. Anyway, boys, how are you doing? Welcome, and thank you all to our lovely audience. Well, we are officially over 10K, well over 10K. We were hoping to do this off the back of a Forest win or even a draw. We had a stretch to a draw, but we are
2 goals. We've got 2 goals.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so we're going to use 2 goals to celebrate 10K. So thank you all so much. And I'll tell you what. Let's use this because congratulations to the women's team. We won the League Cup against Watford today. There's where the celebration is going to come in. We will use that. Come on, you Reds. Come on, you Reds.
Good.
So, hope you guys in the chat are well. Boys on the panel, how are you guys?
I'm shit.
Who wants to go first? Jump in.
Yeah.
Don't all jump in at once. Don't all jump in at once, right? I put every bit of energy and happy clappiness I had. I've topped up my happy clapper juice. That's it. I've used it on the intro, right? It's over to you guys. So who's going to be the first one to pretend they got some happy clappy energy?
You know what, Crypto? I love Crypto. He started on moral already, look. It took him like 2 minutes, 1 minute. Oh, Crypto, I love you so much, man.
You know what, Dino? I'm going to pick on you, right? I'm going to pick on you to start with. By the way, guys, before I pick on...
Space bar's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, I bet he's all right, yeah. Spacebar, let's jump you on. We will be opening the what's the thing called? Stream up. We want you guys to come on, right? I need some cheering up, okay? We're going to be doing some giveaways. We'll be doing like 10 or so membership giveaways. We're going to give away some FFTV mugs, as Ant is going to display right now. There we go, fantastic. We're going to give away some hoodies as well, just to say thank you to all you lovely members and all you guys who have supported us. It is actually 3 days off being exactly 4 months since FFTV was born, and we have over doubled our subscription base, over doubled the viewers, over doubled everything. It's a shame Forest haven't doubled their points since we did this.
All down
Nearly
to me.
doubled their away goals.
Yes, it's all down to Ant and his good looks. Yes, but let's start first. We'll do those giveaways in a little bit. But I want to start first. I want to pick on Dino because, like, I was depressed yesterday. Yeah, I think I may have, I don't know, said something about Colback in the player ratings as well. I don't know. I've heard rumors. And then I watched Dino's post-match thoughts, and I had to call him up and check he was okay. So Dino,
Chat, do you want to know what he called me privately? He called me Happy Clapper, which I really took offence to.
yeah, you liar! You've always said you want to be a happy clapper.
I'd love to be a happy clapper.
Okay, so if I called you a happy clapper, how can you take offence to something you want to be?
But you can't call me a happy clapper while Cooper's in charge.
Well, you can't put stipulations on what I call you, mate.
Like telling the hunchback of Notre Dame he's good looking. He knows it's not true. He might want to be good looking, but he knows it's not true.
I want to see a stream between you, Spacebar, and Wolverine's brother. Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. All right. Well, Dino, talk us through your post-match, mate, because we got to scrutinize it a little. I got to say, I kind of know what you were saying, but, like, how you feeling about the match? And guys in the chat, it's here, Tricky Mickey. Don't worry. I'm top. I need all of it tonight. I need all of it. Go on, Dino, talk us through it, mate.
Small wins, mate. You know, we all knew that we would. We all predicted fairly much, I think, throughout all of us and the chat. I know Ez had this thing that we'd beat Liverpool that I think he regretted as the weeks went by.
What a talent, man!
but you know, I predicted 4-0 to Liverpool. I couldn't see for a long time would we get anything from there. And we all knew that Cooper'd go 5 at the back and he'd go low block. But you know, the positives for me. Oh, hold on, Mark. Thank you very much, buddy.
Cheers,
The
Mark.
£5 mark. Put this towards paying someone to filter Ant's emails for him.
£5, Mark Orwell. Put this towards paying someone to filter Ant's emails for him.
Mark, that's way too generous of you, Mark. Jump on in a bit, Mark, and come have a chat with us. I'm putting the link in the description. Give it 5 minutes or so, guys, because obviously I want to get the guys' thoughts on, and then we'll get you guys in. Sorry, Dino. Mark interrupted you.
The lack of fight that this team has shown, forget Cooper, forget the tactics, the lack of fight that this team has shown since early on this year, to be honest, has been awful. And for the first time, I saw fight. I saw people putting a foot in. I saw a bit, although it was low block, it was a bit more pressing. I saw as being a little bit more, not clinical in front of goal, but a bit more calm, not just sort of rushing at shots. Obviously, we got a couple of lucky deflections for the goals, but to go away and still be in it at the 90th minute against Liverpool, I couldn't take any more than that. And then you look at Southampton and you think, well, they nearly stuffed Arsenal at Arsenal. But yes, I was mixed. I was quite proud of the players, the effort they put in. Other than Freuler, I don't think anybody had a really bad game. But then I just go back to, we are playing with one arm tied behind the back. And that arm tied behind our back is our manager and the play style that we play. It was just so negative the first half. And although from open play we defended quite well, obviously we can't defend free kicks to save our lives. But from open play, I thought we defended quite well. But if we'd have just pushed on a bit more like we did the second half and the first half, we could easily come away with something there. Yeah. But setting up in such a way really pisses me off. The fact that we're just going to sit back and park the bus. There's no other term for it. Park the bus until they score, and then we'll then come out a little bit more. And that really pisses me off. So for the players, I appreciate the effort they put in. For the manager, I'm sorry, but Cooper's tactics aren't it for me. Whether we stay up or go down, for me, I need to see a more progressive manager.
Yeah, Ez, you're just about to say something before you do. 8 months, Mark. Where's that go, Marky boy? Thank you so much for 8 months. We really appreciate it, bud. If you're joining in the back chat, we will get to you as soon as we can. I just want to go around and have the thoughts of the guy as well. Let me just mute the back chat. Okay. Ez, you were just jumping in on Dino there, not literally.
So what I can't really blame Cooper for is the way
I got an echo.
Jack, can you turn your sound down a bit, please? Buddy. Just echoing back through.
So the way the players defended those free kicks, every single free kick was a threat for us. We didn't defend any of them well. But from open play, I agree with Dino. They couldn't get through us, and we defended quite well. But what we couldn't do was then transition the ball and get it out of our danger area. Every single time it was either under hit pass or over hit pass, or not even hitting the heel of the player in front of you. It was really poor the way we tried to get out, because we had opportunities to break on them yesterday, and I think they were there for the taking, and that's what disappoints me, that they weren't very good. You're right, they probably didn't get out of second gear, but we didn't give them the opportunity to. They couldn't break through us. They're not that kind of team. They certainly weren't playing the attacking plays. If Luis Diaz, for example, had come on sooner, he'd been more of a threat actually to break through us, but they knew where their threat was, and it was just appalling defending, schoolboy errors from set pieces. Every single one of their set pieces, like I said, was
is that Cooper's fault or the players' fault?
That's the players' fault. Cooper can't be blamed for that. I'm surely he's telling them to pick up their men. Diogo Jota's second goal, which I mentioned, how much space did he need to bring it down and then slot in the bottom corner? I can't blame Cooper for that, unless he's...
Sorry.
Do you know what I mean? So the players have to take the responsibility, because other than that, Liverpool really weren't a threat. We weren't a threat from open play, and they could have had 95% of possession. They would have struggled to break through us, and they were struggling to break through us. But we let us shoot ourselves in the foot again. We get an equaliser, and then 2 minutes later we concede another one, and conceding the free kicks in the first place in those stupid areas. As soon as you touch a man, they're going to go straight over. So don't back into them. Don't be anywhere near them. I mean, don't be anywhere near them, but don't be so touch tight. But as soon as you touch them, they're going to drop on the floor, and you're going to give away a free kick in a stupid area. So that's what really disappointed me the most. Our transitional play, and the fact that we just could not defend from set piece. And then we did find a way of scoring a goal or getting some sort of joy, and we just spammed it. The long throw is now our plan A and our only plan, because I don't see any other way we've been attacking teams in the last few games, and we're better than our corners, we're better than a set piece, and it seems to be our main threat. But we're turning into fucking Stoke, mate.
You know what, Az? Cooper's probably going to put MGW on throw-ins.
Yeah.
And you're nodding away. Go on, Ant.
Yeah. Full disclosure, I was really ill yesterday. And although I had the match on, it was like watching it through gauze. I just couldn't focus at all. So
all that wine from the other night, mate.
It's not. But I did watch the goals today, and sorry, Ez, but I actually disagree with Ez. I think that one thing you can teach is set pieces, and I do actually put, not on Cooper, but on the staff that take set pieces. That teach set pieces and how to defend set pieces, how to use set pieces.
No, that wasn't my point. My point is they haven't stuck to the plan. You're telling me he's taught them to leave that much space for the players. They've not defended well. They've not followed the plan, from my point of view.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not saying it's down to coaching. I'm saying it's down to the players on the pitch switching up.
Well, I think that if you're letting in set pieces, that's coaching. That's my opinion.
I agree.
I've seen other clubs where they bought a set piece specialist in, and all of a sudden they're scoring goals, they're not conceding, and the defending from the set pieces yesterday was appalling. I do agree with you that yes, of course the players are always responsible to a degree, but also you have to coach set pieces. That's my opinion on that.
Right.
Yeah, and on that point,
I'm sure they've been coached. I'm just saying they're not following what they've been told to do. But
Ez, surely you would agree.
Men free and unmarked, don't challenge when a ball comes into your 6-yard box. He hasn't coached them that.
Well, let's say you've got a manager that is fond of zonal marking, and those players stick to the zonal marking, so therefore they don't pick up the runners and everything. That's coaching to me. Now you could say the players should have the brains to think, although I've been told to zonal mark, I can see him running, I should go. I agree with that, but at the end of the day, if they're taught a certain way and they stick to it, that's my feeling on it.
Zonal marking or man marking, there was no marking.
There was no marking, that's what I mean.
I mean, Jota had time to...
He looked around to check he was on sides. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I've got to say I agree with Ant on this. I'm not saying that the players are blame free. They're not. That was schoolboy defending. I saw the under 8s before our game today defending better than our lot did. Where I agree with Ant is I would argue that set pieces are the easiest thing to set up to defend, because you're doing it from a dead ball situation. You have time to get yourselves organized, unless someone chucks in a quickie in, you know what I'm saying? Whereas like you could get caught on a counter attack, you could be out of position in live action. It's criminal from both. I'm putting it on both of them, from the players and the set piece coaches, that they can't. How can you give it away 3 times? 3 times after the first one. The first one's on the players. 100%. That corner marking was horrific, yeah? But then Cooper, Tatey or Reedy should be lambasting them from the sideline, yeah? And then to do it again and then again in the same match, that's where the blame comes on the management for me. You don't get 3 in a game is criminal, man. It's criminal.
Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily say the management. I would say the coaching staff, but there you go.
Someone's got to be shouting at them, man. Someone's got to be shouting at them after the first one. Definitely the second one. And then
the manager leads the coaching staff and what they do in training.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it. That's part of it.
It's a big part of the modern game. Certainly if you come up and your favourites to go down, surely you've got to you can't outpass teams. We've seen that with our possession stats. You just can't outpass teams. So you've got to have something else. And set pieces has to be one of those things.
But then that's going to something that you absolutely abhor, Dino. We say, well, we can't outpass teams, so therefore we've got to sit low block, defend deep, and hope for a break. And you don't like that, so you've got to make your mind up.
I've never said sit low. We can still break without sitting low. We sit too low, mate. We sit so low that Navas, he must be able not to see anything outside of 20 yards.
I do agree with you.
What would my motivational speech have been at half-time? It would have been quite simple. Klopp is going to get into them because they haven't broken us down yet. Therefore, do not go to sleep at all. There's 45 minutes left. If you're sticking with this low block plan that he had in the first half, you do not give them space and you hit them hard on a counter-attack if that's the way you're going to do it. The most important thing they should have left from with that halftime team talk was we've conceded goals plenty in stoppage time in the first half, plenty just after halftime. We've got a knack for being asleep, thinking about the halftime shenanigans. The most important message from Cooper should have been wake the fuck up and stay awake, see out the next 10 to 15 minutes, do not sleep.
That's what really fucked me off, the fact that we let a goal in immediately after half time. That really annoyed me. But again,
big time.
You know.
Yeah. It's either just before half time or just after.
Lack of concentration. That is.
Yeah.
To be fair, I saw it coming just before the break, and I think if they'd had a couple more minutes, they probably would have scored before half time. But we come out and they're switched off. What happens in that dressing room? With time and time again this season, we've discussed
what gives them Valium to calm them down.
Say again, Anne?
That's a good point.
Perhaps give them Valium to calm them down.
Yeah, they got to stop
stupid fouls around the box.
Absolutely, and that's part of my criticism of it. Why are you giving up those free kicks in the first place? You know, as soon as you back into a player or player backs into you, you're anywhere near him, they're going to get a free kick. And Michael Oliver's one of the better referees as well, but I think he had a stinker yesterday. I think he gave him a lot of easy free kicks. Where
it wasn't Oliver on VAR. Was he the ref?
No, he was
the ref. I can't even remember.
Yeah, and he's normally one to let the game flow. And I felt at times he was giving them very easy free kicks in and around our box, but we were giving them the opportunity to win those and give them away. But the defending was you can't excuse that, and I don't think it's just down to coaching. I think players are switching off. They're not alert.
Yeah, but are they scared, Des? Are they scared? Like, I know, like, we've got good cop, bad cop. Again, I'll go to my under 12s, yeah? I'm the bad cop in the two of us, right? And if one of the kids messes up, they're not going to make eye contact with me after it happens. And, you know, Andy, the guy who do it with, he's going to be the one to soften it for them, yeah? But they won't do that mistake again. There's a level of fear and respect. I don't feel the players have that. I think it's Owen has been saying they haven't down tools. I agree with him. They haven't down tools. But I don't think they have that element of fear towards management. And I'm not saying you got to be scared that they're going to beat the shit out of you. I'm just saying there has to be an element of respect. Do you think those Liverpool players would have done that 3 times in a game for Klopp? You know, those 3 similar mistakes? No chance. No chance. And we've heard MG Dub say how soft Cooper is earlier on in the season. Yeah. He's a great man manager. He's a great motivator. But when it comes to these crunch things, I don't think he's got it in him.
You know what?
Welcome, Dean. You
can get away with that if you've got a good assistant manager. You know what I mean? Because if you've got an assistant manager that's a bulldog, you can have a manager that's like arm around you and everything.
Yeah. Matt SB, thanks so much for the congrats on it. It's good to see you are flying as well. And guys, please support Matt's channel. He's an absolute legend. Matt, we'll probably be playing you next season anyway, so no doubt we'll do some more work together. Well, they could come up, actually. They're doing all right, aren't they? Yeah. Listen, I want to talk about the positives. Okay? Because there was that second half, I've got to say, was probably the most exciting second half this season for Forest. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree with me. There was a lot of back and forth. There was attacking. There was some flowing football. Young Tozer, thank you so much for subscribing. There was a lot of attacking play. How did you feel about it, Dino? Let's go with you, because I think that's what we've been asking for, haven't we? A bit of fight, man. A bit of grit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Jono, that was unlucky, wasn't it? Where Jono just didn't dip in time at the end, and I thought one you played quite well. And it's nice to see a strike out of the line, much better than a false 9 for me. But I think we played a false 9 because he needs to play MGW in that 10, doesn't he? For some reason, he has to play there, and then everything else has to fit around it. But yeah, I mean, first off, it was a disaster, wasn't it? It was obviously set to park the bus. We did well defensively in the main, but it was still shite to watch as a fan, really was, because you just knew that it was going for a 0-0. And the best thing that could have happened to us, ironically, is them to score, because we came out a bit more and we saw a bit more attacking prowess. The odd ball didn't quite work out, but I think I definitely saw better signs from the team, not from the manager, from the team against Liverpool. Enough to make me think that if we can put that fight in against Brighton and the next 5 games after that, and Cooper doesn't fuck us up by playing some dumbass low block football, then we can stay up. But I just don't trust Cooper not to do that.
Yeah, I have to say, look, I honestly think people are really overreacting with this. We're away to Liverpool. Liverpool's home record. Don't. No, look, fuck off. Liverpool's home record is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I agree with you.
United 7-0, right? They're a good home side. They hammer teams at home. They scored 6 against Leeds last week away. They're not shit. So when you go away against a team like that, you cannot go gung-ho, hell for leather. You will get fucking hammered, right? So
I agree.
You have to play defensively and catch them on the break. That is the only way. If you go out to play them, they will smash you to bits. Have you seen their front line? They will smash you to bits. So I think because we're all annoyed with Cooper's negativity, you can't put it on that game. On that game.
Yeah, that's the point. There you go. Keep going. You're going to the point. Go on.
Yeah, on that game, it's okay to go defensive and try and catch them on the break. That's the only way you're going to get a result.
Agreed.
However, we do it against the shit teams as well. That's where the anger should be aimed at. That's where the anger should be aimed at. Not losing 3-2 to Liverpool. I mean, for me, that's a fucking fantastic result. Because I was expected to get hammered. So,
you are so spot on. That's why I'm annoyed, because we've been cornered into having to try and get a result from Liverpool because of exactly what you said. It goes back to Wolves, it goes back to Everton. We can go a lot further back, but those are the 2 crunch games. Why the hell did he not deploy those second half tactics yesterday from the start against Everton and the start against Wolves? That's my point here. I 100% agree with what you're saying about Liverpool. 100%.
I'm getting angry about yesterday's game because that's against Liverpool at Anfield.
Yeah, but the point is he's cornered himself into it.
Look how they played against Arsenal in the second half against them. They fucking smashed Arsenal to pieces, and Arsenal are better than us, So
yeah, but do you take my point?
Angry at yesterday's game is just silly because I'm
not saying I'm angry at yesterday's game. I'm saying I'm angry about the situation we've been forced into because of shit from previous. And it just so happens that it's Liverpool standing there in front of us. I'm going to be angry if we lose to Brighton, because of the situation we've been put in. Brighton looked ridiculous today against Man U. There's no way, pound for pound, we can beat them, Then we're going to go away to Brentford. Then we've got, Southampton, who took Arsenal to the last second, literally, I'm angry over the points. We should be safe by now. We should have put this to bed already. We should have beaten Everton. We should have beaten Wolves. We should have beaten Bournemouth. We should
just we're angry now because we're playing defensively against teams we should be playing defensively, because we've been playing defensively against teams we shouldn't have, and we should not be anywhere near that fucking second from bottom. It's ridiculous.
Can I just mention a couple of things? A couple of things. We've got a couple of guys in the background we should get on, actually. We've got Jack and we've got Mark in. Just a couple of things. One is that what a difference a leader and a manager makes to a club. Look at Newcastle last year and then look at Eddie Howe, Newcastle this year, right? So that's one thing. The second thing is Jojo. You play guitar. We've seen your channel. You should have come on tonight and played Mulliking Tyre for the 10K stream.
That would have been good.
So you have to come on with your guitar, Jojo. Freedom.
Okay, I think Jack's got his camera off, so should we bring him? Mark,
hey, buddy.
I don't know if Jack's there.
Jack.
Is there anybody there?
All right, we'll go with Mark. We'll bring Mark on.
We've got an echo as well. We've got an echo.
Just mute the backstage, Ant. Just mute your backstage, Ant. That's all you got to do. All right, let's bring Mark in. I can't hear Jack there. If Mark is ready. Hey, Mark. There you are with your 2 stars and your trophy. How are you, bud?
No, buddy.
Okay, how are we doing, boys? All right?
Yeah, man. How
I'm
are
good,
you?
mate. I'm good.
Don't you let anybody into what an idiot I am.
Oh, dear. But at least I had a spare for you if you didn't get one.
I appreciated that, mate.
Yeah, feeling a lot more positive after yesterday, I think, particularly after that second half performance. So I think,
give me that positivity. I want it. Go.
Yeah, as long as we can carry that forward to the Brighton game, hopefully we can get 3 points out of it. Whereas probably before yesterday, I'd have probably been hoping for a point. But hopefully Brighton are going to be on a bit of a low after today.
And knackered. Hopefully,
extra time, penalties, and being deflated after that. So,
yeah,
hopefully, nice to see us put a bit of fight into it yesterday. That's what I've been looking for. Last few games, it's been missing, and I think that's why everyone started coming round to the realisation that we probably were going down. But I think they showed a bit of something yesterday, which has lifted my spirits a bit again, and I'm looking forward now.
Simon F, mate, that's not our fault. Call Cooper, mate.
We have got
a draw would have been great yesterday.
I've got
a
mirror ball
today.
there.
We got all the balls you need, man. It's good to see you as well, Trumpers. Hope you're well, buddy. Let's get some happy clappy juice on me, man. I need to.
What do you think for Brighton then? You think we can beat them on Wednesday? You still with that?
Did you watch it today, Mark?
Yesterday, yeah, but I couldn't get a good enough stream to watch.
No, today the FA Cup.
Game.
No,
that's a good thing you didn't, mate.
Yeah, I only watched the penalties. Yeah, but it's about what we do, isn't it? Not what the opposition are doing. We've got to concentrate on ourselves, and like I say, take that positivity from yesterday, second half into Wednesday, and as we're at home as well. We know we can match them. We've got to draw at their place earlier in the season. And they've been playing well all season, so.
Yeah, they're a good side.
Yeah, I think we can beat them.
Well, what do you see our path to survival as being? Do you think we'll beat them or draw with them?
I'm a lot more hopeful of beating them now. If we can get 3 points against Brighton and get 3 points against Southampton, that's sort of like half the job done then, I think.
That's a third of the games we've already won in a week, mate. It's taken us a whole season to do 6. Have we got it within us? Do you think there was enough fight?
Yeah, I mean, we've got Taiwo's back now. He's starting to look a lot stronger up front, keeping defenders busy. So, I'm glad he's back. We still get some silly injuries. I don't know if Yates will be back or not. I'd like to see him back if we can get him. Yeah. But yeah, definitely we can survive at home, and we've been saying that all season. Really, it's about our home form because our away form's atrocious. But we're not the only ones. There's other teams.
Yeah, they all are.
They're all struggling.
All those at the bottom have only won like 2 games all season instead of 1. I mean, they're all shit.
I mean, there's a couple of good comments here. One from Spacebar. You got to put wins on the board. We've got to put wins on the board now. Time's running out rapidly, and I know we're talking about must-win with me and Ant agreeing that there's no must-win games until it's mathematically possible. But all the teams are putting points on the board. Also, Samir, we don't play to win. I think that's probably what's left us in this position.
Correct.
Actually, just so 100%. Negative, setting up not to lose all season has really killed us. Yeah. More than 30 players being signed, more than the gelling, more than the injuries for me.
Yeah. Ez, how many points do you reckon is safety now? Because West Ham have just gone and tonked Bournemouth.
Yeah, they're gone.
Southampton picking up a point. Southampton could in the scenario we lose to Brighton. I'm not saying we're going to. And Southampton beat, I think they got Bournemouth next off the top of my head, right?
Yeah,
that puts us bottom.
Leicester as well.
And Leicester, yeah. Exactly. Leeds are playing Leicester, so someone's picking up points. It's got to be must win now. Surely that's it. I mean, we're waiting until the hardest teams to go must win here.
100%.
Agreed.
I don't agree with it doesn't have to be must win. What I do think is that 35 points would probably be enough. But how are we going to get to 35 points now with the games? They are winnable games, but we've said this all season, and they're the games that we seem to really really let ourselves down in. And again, it goes down to how we set ourselves up. And if he's going to play, I don't think we need to go 3 at the back when you've got Niakate and Felipe.
I agree.
I just don't think
And if Aurier's back as well.
potentially. But and now McKenna's injured, does that hamstring that? Because he's not gonna. Otherwise, he's got no defensive backup on the bench.
Nah, man, he's gonna go Worrell. He's gonna go Worrell.
Yeah, exactly. But then there's nobody on the bench if Worrell gets injured. If one of them 3 gets injured, so I don't think.
I think he's hell bent on 3 at the back. I've been saying for months. I've been saying he's been itching to go back to it. Now he's had a few whiffs at it. I think he's hell bent on staying with it.
I'm not so sure. I only think he's going itching to go back to it because of Nico. I think he's fitting it around Nico being wing back. Personally.
Potentially, but no, I also think because he had McKenna back, he had Worrell fit, and he had Niakate back. That's why he went back to the back 3. I don't think with nobody, no defensive, no centre back on the bench, he's going to start with 3. I just don't see him doing that. He's going to start.
Can I put this question? I know it was to me, but can I put this to Mark? That one there.
Yeah.
How do we attack the Brighton game? What would your formation, mentality be?
I like this.
Well, we want the 3 points, so we've got to go for it, really. But I can see him doing a similar thing to what he did against Liverpool. Start off a bit cagey and then go for it second half. But I'd like to see us go for it the whole game, a bit like we did against Liverpool when we beat them at home. We need a similar sort of mentality and atmosphere that we had against Liverpool, because we're capable of it at home.
What would you do, Marky boy? Would you go 3 or 4 at the back?
I'd want it to be controlling the midfield, so whatever it takes to do that.
All season.
We looked better in the midfield on Saturday, to be honest, because we did go 3 across.
Yeah, but we bypassed the midfield, didn't we? In progression, we bypassed the midfield. It went very direct, didn't it? And that was one thing that I liked, the fact that we weren't pissing around the back, with these little stupid passes. We're actually getting it forward, more direct. And if you're going to beat teams like Liverpool away, we should have probably done that against United, to be fair. Just played that more with the... I hate as a Forest supporter over the years saying more of a direct ball, like Stoke, with a long throw in and a direct ball. But we are where we are with the team and the manager that we've got. Until Marinakis decides that he's not the manager, then we are what we are. So we've got to play to our strengths. We've got to play to Niakate's throw-ins.
Yeah.
Don't like it, but we have to.
Oh, God, man, we are Stokingham Forest, man.
No, hold on.
I get it.
Hold on. Everybody goes fucking apeshit when we get a corner. Niakate's throw-ins are better than corners. So why is that
I agree.
Why is that a bad thing? It's not a bad thing.
It's a good thing.
Brilliant weapon.
Yeah,
brilliant
great.
Weapon.
And we were winning a lot of second balls off his throw-ins as well. Did you notice?
Yeah, I think he stops the defenders. He can do it, especially from a standing start as well. He doesn't even run.
Yeah, and my point on this is this: once you discover a new trick, it quickly becomes an old trick to the next team and the next team after that who see it coming. And wait, let me just land. I don't want us to be Stokingham Forest, man. I really don't, because we got more ammunition in our cavalry than and they are sensational. His throws. They need to be a little flatter, as Dino keeps saying. Yeah, but I don't. We got more in us than this, man. I saw it yesterday, and was it yesterday or the day before? I've lost track of time. If we suddenly become this Stokingham Forest, man, then I'm sorry, it's going to be so easy for teams to pick up on it.
No, because Stoke, when they played, they used to oof the ball up into the opposing box. We're not doing that. We just, when we get a throw in near the corner flag or where he can reach the penalty box, we're using that weapon.
We're doing it exactly like Stoke. We are, because what Stoke did and what we did, I'm not saying it's wrong. What we did, we put Worrell in front of the keeper for it to be flicked on, which is exactly what they used to do with Delap.
That's good.
What I'm saying is this quickly will be discovered by the teams we're about to play. This will be quickly discovered, and we've got better weapons.
Have we? I've not seen it.
Oh, well, maybe if they focused on some of those weapons, instead. I don't know.
We haven't got many weapons this season.
I agree with this comment as well.
Classic thing is for a corner to be taken near post and it flicked on. It's been around donkey's years. It's still around now because it's difficult to defend against. So just because something looks a bit old-fashioned, it doesn't mean it's crap.
I'm not saying it's crap. I'm saying it's going to get found out quickly.
But so
Let's be honest.
What are we going to do about it?
We try other things. I don't want... Because there's been this big thing...
What is the opposition going to do about it? You can't stop that ball going into the box.
Sorry,
Sharky, I love that. I love that, Sharky. I love that. Comment of the night so far, that one. You're so intelligent, my friend. What are you doing on this channel?
if that was a tactic, we were booting the ball up. I can understand, but that's not what.
I can't read these comments and have an argument, man. Seriously, man. Stop it, you lot. Stop it, you lot. And I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's a bad weapon. I don't want it to be the only weapon. That's all I'm saying.
And it was
I know what I'm saying. It's a weapon, and we haven't had many weapons this season. So we may as well use it while we've got it.
We're going to spam it for the rest of the season then, because that's all we're
we'll
going to do.
That's exactly my point, Ez. That's exactly my point.
Yeah, but if it gets us to 2 or 3 goals, then
that's like saying we shouldn't take corners because they know what is going to come into the box.
You're better off.
What I'm saying, where's the rest of the play around it? Well, we're relying on that, and he's going to heavily rely on that now. I know he is.
He is, but I hate to say it, but we're almost better off playing back with 2 wide men again, like Dennis and Jono, and just getting them to run just to get throw-ins. I know it's bad, and I know it's Stoke, but we're in dire straits, mate. We need to survive. We're in dire straits. Can't stand another 23 years in the abyss for me. So we'll do what it takes to stay up.
I think you're way overreacting because we've got a player that can throw the ball well and it's as good as a corner. I think you're well overreacting.
I've got a couple of Stoke mates.
Well overreacting.
It's just where's the rest of the play around it, mate? We could have broken.
That's my point. That's my point.
Look, we're no more like Stoke now than we were 6 weeks ago when we didn't have that throwing. We weren't attacking. We were shit anyway. So
yeah,
it's not like
as we haven't got the rest of the play around it.
They're playing like Stoke. That's
Those basic mistakes yesterday. Players making the same freaking run. Morgan Gibbs White, where every single pass has to be with the outside of his fucking foot. Just play a simple pass for fuck's sake.
Well, at least the flick stopped.
It's really winding me up. Our transitional play is so poor. We could have broken them several times in that first half yesterday.
Been shocking all season.
It was either overhit, underhit. We couldn't get a simple pass across. We're just going to rely on this long throw, which is, I agree, it's a great weapon, but it's our only fucking weapon, and we're going to spam that for the rest of the season.
Mark, bring some sense into this pointless argument that we're having, yeah?
Referees.
It is pretty pointless, all right? But do you get my point, and do you get Ant's point and Ez's point and Dino's point? All our points.
Well, me and Ant
even though none of us are agreeing, do you get all our points?
I do understand where you're coming from, Wolverine, but I do agree with Ant. And it's just a personal thing, you know. Everyone sees it a different way. For me,
thanks for coming on, Mark. We'll go to the next caller.
It's not just near the corner flags either. It's as soon as we get over the halfway line.
Correct. He can hit it from anywhere, can't he?
He's capable of throwing it into the box. And for me, that is just... You could see how uncomfortable it made Liverpool yesterday.
Yeah, but it'd be no good without a Wanye or a player, a striker up front, would it? That's the thing.
But I mean, you know, he'll probably do something like on Wednesday. He'll start Jono and Dennis or something. You know, who knows what he's going to do? But for me, that throw-in that's a weapon, and we need to make good use of it, as much use of it as we can.
Agreed.
If we had a free kick 30 yards out, that's like you saying, "Oh, don't put it in the box because it's like Stoke." No,
that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Because we're gonna get to the stage where we are playing for fucking throw-ins, man. That's my worry. It's like they're gonna run down the wing and suddenly like invite the opponent. Just kick it out for me, mate. I don't want to cross it.
We should play for throw-ins right now because listen to me. Take your head out your arse and listen to me.
We're better than this. We're better than this, man. We're better than this.
For a change, just listen, right? Take your head out your arse. We are where we are. We're in big trouble, and we've got a hard run in. We need whatever we have to do to get points. And if Niakarte's throw-ins are it for the rest of the season, and we can pick up 3 or 4 goals from it, then so be it. If we're building a strategy around it for the next 5 years, that's crazy. But for right now, where we are, if we want to stay in this league, because I, for one, don't want to go down, because I'm not sure we'll come straight back up. And then we're in FFP trouble.
What do you think they bought Chris Wood for? It's silky skills? No, it's desperation.
He's out for the season, mate. What's he got to do with anything?
Because what I'm saying is, that's why they bought Chris Wood. To play long ball football. Because,
mate,
you know...
They didn't know about Niakate's throw-in. Dino, you're the one who said it, didn't you? They didn't have a clue about his throw-ins.
Yeah, they didn't have a clue about his throw-ins. Niakate said... I don't know how they don't know, but Niakate said, we don't even train it. I could just do them. I've always been able to do them. And the fact that he's not now training them worries me even more, because I'd get him doing flatter throws. I'd get him in the gym with his shoulders, his triceps, and his abdominals, and I'd get him throwing even further, so I can throw him from halfway line.
Don't get our coaching staff. He'll be injured. He'll injure his arms. Don't get him.
Don't get stuck in there.
All right. Listen. All right, we've overcooked this one. What I want to do, right, Mark? We're gonna give away. We're going to give away 5 memberships right now, right? We got 202 of you in the chat, okay? We're going to do 5 gifted now, but we're not going to do it until we get 100 likes. We're on 77. There's over 200 of you in here. Please hit that like button now. As soon as we get over 100, we're going to give away 5 gold memberships. And then we'll give away another 5 in a little bit, and then we're going to give away a few of the mugs that Ant Scott pointed out there. Ant. Thank you. And then we're going to give away one of these bad boy hoodies as well. We won't have the Ant picture, don't worry. Or you can pick if you want an Ant picture or an Ez.
Yeah, you can have a pick.
Or an Ez.
Okay, so we're on 91 likes. As soon as we hit 100, we're going to do it. Red Dog say, let's bring the chat into this as well, man. I want to bring some of these cracking messages. Dino, whip some up. Whip one out, Dino.
Whip one out, mate.
I'm going to whip one out for you guys. Close your eyes. Where's Scott? Oh, he's injured. My friend is injured. Calf injury. Hold on. How many goals?
I like Martin's one. Sorry.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were responsible for both goals.
Mickey, that's the point I forgot to make. I love you, Mickey. Mickey, you've always been one of the real guys. Yeah, one. You can half say MG Dubs one came from it yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'd agree with that. I think most of the chat are saying that. You know, we'll. It's just it is.
I'm not saying don't use it. That's not my point. I'm saying don't
rely on it.
You know what, guys? The hoodies are brilliant. They are really nice quality as well.
Yeah. All right. Listen, guys. You have to be subscribed to be able to get the membership, obviously. So make sure you're subscribed now if you're not already. We need 2 more likes, and then we're going to do the draw. And then we're going to get Mark. Need to win a platinum membership, says Sai. So don't worry, we got stuff coming in for you, mate. We got stuff coming in for you. The hoodie, the giveaway for the hoodie will be just for the gold members. The giveaway for the mugs will be silvers and above, okay? We want to say thank you for everything you guys have done to get us where we are so far. So thank you so much. We're over 100 likes. Let's roll the 5 memberships. Can I get a drum roll, please? Dino, hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
Wait, not yet. Should we do them individually or as a 5 batch? What do you guys want to do? Fuck it, I'm doing it as a 5 batch. Alright, here they come. Hold on, I need my security code.
I'm bringing it up on screen.
Huh?
We're not bringing the wheel of doom up on screen.
No, that's for the members, mate. Get with it. All right, drum roll, please. Here she comes. Here comes. Drum roll, Dino. Wait, hold on. It wants me to do verification. It's sending me a text message with an OTP code. Sorry, Mark. You're a esteemed guest here. Wait, hold on. Okay. All right. Drum roll again, Dino. It's incoming now. Here we go. Boom. In she comes. All right, let's see who's got them. 5 gifted. Chris S, congratulations. Georgios, Michael Reed, David Coxon, and Billy Bones, all with the 5 gifted. We'll do another 5 in a little bit, and we'll do the Wheel of Doom as well for the members, and we'll give those mugs away. Huh?
I'm not touching that drum roll. It keeps drum rolling.
Yeah, stop drum rolling, mate. Stop drum rolling.
I'm not.
Mate, stop freaking drum rolling. All right, Marky boy. Let's finish off with a question for you, bud. What's the score going to be?
Ooh, difficult before I've seen the starting lineup. But
Don't go all freaking sitting on the fence on me, Marky boy.
2-0 to Forest.
Wow. Okay, who's scoring them?
I would like to think it'll be another one for MG Dubs and Jono's do one.
I'll take it. All right, Mark, we've got a few other people waiting backstage as well. So, as always, you've been legendary. Sorry you got caught up in one of our usual dumb, pointless arguments, buddy. You going on Wednesday?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Cool. So you'll bump into the boys, no doubt.
Yeah, down on the fun zone, mate.
Yeah, good to see you, Marky boy, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Come on, you Reds.
You Reds.
All right, well, again, apologies, Mark, for getting dragged into our pointless argument, but it's always fun to have these arguments. Okay, so let's get back on track. So we've done the gifted. Congratulations to the 5 who've got it. We'll do another 5 in about 15 minutes or so. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe if you're new, etc. And then, guys, let me just show you what we've got planned for you guys, right? This is the Wheel of Doom. Should we do a quick test run? No one's winning, right? Let's see who the unlucky person is. These are all you members, absolute crazy amount of them. This would be for the mug. If I press the button now, if we were doing it, which we are currently not doing it, let's see who would have won it.
Is this going to take as long as a World Cup draw?
Should we just do this all night? Because it's quite fun. Is it going to be? It is. Jerome, you have not won, but you would have won. Unlucky, mate. So that's incoming in a few. Yeah. Show them what they would have won, right? So that's incoming for you in a little bit. The Wheel of Happy Clappers, love it. All right. So love Wolverine's wheel. Oh, it's all about the wheels. Okay, remember, gold members, you will be in for the hoodie. All members, you will be in for the mugs as well. All right. Ez,
yes.
Let's touch on a few performances, and a couple of you have mentioned it so far in the talk and chat. Get your thoughts in on this as well. Mark, no, it's not, mate. It's an OnlyFans one. I want to talk about Nico Williams because for me, he was up there as man of the match. It was between him and a 1 year, I'd say, for me personally, yesterday.
I'd agree. Yeah.
Are we? We're all in agreement, I think, that he's not a right back. I think we're all in agreement that he's a right wing back.
Yeah.
Is it too much of a cost to the overall team shape to be playing it when, in my opinion, I'd love your opinion on it, we're almost playing this 5 back to appease his strengths, if you see what I'm saying? Go with that. Take that somewhere and see where you go.
Yeah, I think there's part of that in it, but there's also the part of that Cooper just trying not to give anything up in play. And we were defensively sound yesterday, but I don't want to see that at home against Brighton in what I would consider a must-win game. So that's why I wouldn't go with that. But it does bring out the best in Nico Williams, and do you sacrifice that? I think we're going to have to an extent. I'd love to see Aurier back as a right back for us, 100%, even with Nico in the form that he's in. If we're not going to play a back 3, which I don't want to see at home, not in these next 2 games, they're vital, because we're not going to get anything from Arsenal at home, but we've got to try and get something out of Brighton and Southampton, surely. And I don't want to see a back 3 in those 2 games. I'll go back to my point, but I genuinely don't think he will now. Now he's got McKenna out, because McKenna's injury was a broken collarbone or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Which is not going to heal overnight, clearly. So that could see him out for a while, and then we've got no backup central defenders unless you want to. No, we haven't. No, we haven't. So he's not. I don't think he's going to risk it. But that will then, without Aurier being available, that would put Nico as a right back, and he's not. It's not a strong point. he was the man of the match for me yesterday, but I was also impressed by Awoniyi yesterday. I was really happy getting back to his
bubbling self
and his strength back for a start. And what was their right-sided centre back's name? But he gave him an absolutely torrid game. I forget his name.
You can call him Cunt, or you could call him Kanate. It depends what side of the world you're from.
Kanate. Yeah, I think he gave him an absolutely torrid game, and he might have been lucky. If he had the legs to keep him on, I wouldn't have taken him off. I would have liked to have seen him with Dennis on the pitch, and we still haven't seen that partnership. I would go for it, mate. I would go 4-3-3 on in terms of formation against Brighton, and that would mean Nico either back as a right back, or if Aurier's available, slot him in. But keep going with Awoniyi because he needs a run of games to get back. And it was actually that similar run of games that he had where he was scoring goals in the reverse fixtures earlier on in the season. So yeah, we can stick with what we've got in terms of some of the players, but we've got to change that formation. And at home, you can't be going back three and going double deep line defending like we did yesterday, mate. That was what pissed me off first, to be honest, when seeing the lineup, because it was the lowest of low blocks.
But as it had to be. It had to. I'll argue back. I'll argue back from the other side. Obviously, I kind of agree with you, yeah? But my argument back to you would be Cooper's tactics are actually suited better against top 6 teams. That's my hypothesis for you.
And away from home, but not
ignore Man City away and ignore Arsenal away. I know I'm kind of contradicting myself here. But what he did yesterday, when he got it right against Man City and he got it right against Liverpool, even though we lost. But in terms of he blocks out the middle. If you look at when I do the video tomorrow, you'll see he blocks out the middle again against Liverpool. Yeah. So when he is low blocking, he has to get it right by doing that. I don't think it's the right thing against Brighton because they got no decent striker. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you on that. But I can kind of forgive him on that. I'm still annoyed that the situation he's put us into is my point there. So I get what you're saying. It's frustrating to see the low block, but can you not grant it that against Liverpool it had to be low?
No, I agree. It had to be against them, but that's what I'm saying. You can't then see that at home against Brighton and Southampton next couple of home games that we've got coming up, and that's why I don't think he'll be playing. I hope he won't be playing a back three, so which means we won't get the best out of Nico as a right wing back. So that is kind of like what you're going to have to sacrifice for that. And he's in probably the best form that he's been in so far with us this season. And he got his goal yesterday, which obviously helps his confidence, which was something that the lads brought up in when we had Tank on. Was talking about the confidence of the players. Hopefully, if nothing else, scoring 2 goals away at Anfield gives that confidence, because the players have seriously been lacking that, and at home we've noticed it more. When you see the players' heads go down when we concede a goal, that is a massive part of confidence, and that's a massive part of the problem that we're suffering. But yeah, we'll see. It's got to have to be, for me, it has to be a change of formation on Wednesday night.
And I just want to bring you in on Aurier, and I just want to bring up. Oh, I love this new little thing we got here. I kind of agree with what Steve-O said here. He's saying Aurier's totally switched off defending since January. Since the end of January, yeah. He has had some lackluster games. My question to you, assume Aurier is fit for the Brighton game. What would you do on that right-hand side? In fact, I'm going to ask the chat as well. I want to get this chat involved in on this. I'll do a quick poll on that. We will do a Cooper in and out poll in a minute, don't worry. But yeah, what do you think? Because you love Aurier, I love Aurier. But do you feel something's not quite right with him in terms of his recent performances?
Yeah, he's not been as solid as he was previously. That is a fact. But going to Ezra's point, I think if he's not fit, we have to play a back three, because Nico cannot play as a right back. He can't. So if Aurier's not fit, we play a back three. If Aurier's fit, I would play a back four. Yes, I do.
He does that with only 3 fit central defenders. Do you think he goes back 3?
Yeah. You can't play Nico at right back. You can't. Well, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know what Steve Cooper's going to do, but I wouldn't play Nico at right back. He's going to get slaughtered by Mitoma. I mean, it's frightening. So that's my point of view. If Aurier's fit, we play a back 4. If he's not fit, we play a back 3 with Nico at right wing back, which he is a good right wing back. That's not an issue for us. That's how I would do it.
Dino, where do you sit on this? In chat, you're going. Chat's gone 67% Aurier, 33% Williams. What are you saying, Dino? 3 or 5? 3 or 4. And what would you do, assuming they were both fit?
The position we're in against obviously what's going to be a tired Brighton side with very little to play for other than the outer European places. I would say 4 at the back at home always. I'd never go 5 at the back at home. I do think he's playing 5 at the back to cater for Nico personally.
Yeah,
I said that yesterday. I do think Nico can be reasonable at right back. He wasn't diving in as much against Liverpool as he has been. He was jockeying a bit more, so he's obviously been told. But definitely play Aurier ahead. He's our number 1 right back.
I don't know where I stand on it. I get what you're saying about he's conversing it because of Nico.
Can I just say something? People keep saying that we're going to a 5 to accommodate Nico. I don't agree with that. I think we're going to a 5 to accommodate the loss of Aurier. It's a different thing. We're not like building the team around Nico, the defence around Nico. We're having to play that because he's not a good right back.
No, you're saying the same thing, but you're not, because
I agree.
Because he's changed the whole formation.
But when somebody says we're playing at 5 at the back to accommodate Nico, yes.
Yeah, because Aurier's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. I know what you mean. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
it sounds like we're saying we're building the team around Nico, and we're not.
Yeah, I know, but Anne, is that not wrong to do? Changing a whole system because one player is out. It's a lot, isn't it?
In my opinion, it's wrong. I think the teams that play the most consistent formation and the most consistent 11 are the teams that do well.
Yeah, but we haven't been able to do that, have we?
We could have done.
That's not the problem.
We could have done. We could have done.
Too many injuries.
I want to throw something out there. All right, let me throw something out there. All right, what if instead of playing Nico at a right wing back, would anyone consider him as a right winger? In a 4, I'm saying like a 4-4-2 or a
season. Yeah.
I prefer him as a right winger than a right back, if I'm honest.
Yeah, you can do less damage at the back that way. Yeah.
4-4-2, not bad call.
Yeah, I don't know who you'd put as your middle 2, and then we're back to a 2 in the middle, if it makes it very interesting. But as you like a good kiss.
I don't understand that comment.
Go.
I must have
MG Dub and Nico.
Wasn't it?
It's a weird celebration.
I saw him covering his mouth.
I think he was.
He grabbed him like this, and he went, literally.
Like Anson Stan Collymore.
I've always found it strange when footballers, and they've been doing it for years, when they pat each other on the backside. I mean, as a man, I would never. I mean, I love you guys, but I wouldn't be patting you on the backside. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially when you pull your pants down to do it.
What's wrong with my ass, Sam? What's wrong with my ass?
I mean, if they're doing that on the pitch, what the hell's going off in the dressing room? That's the question.
Well, they're in the showers together, mate. You know, it's the 21st century. What century are we in these days?
21st. I don't think showers like they used to be. I don't think that they'll be showering together and bathing together.
Yeah, Mark, my opinion is it looked weird, but each to their own is what I'd say.
That's an interesting point about Trent Alexander-Arnold. We all know he's an appalling right back, but we also know he's a fantastic player. And it's so difficult to accommodate that kind of player.
Yeah.
So there is a similarity. Not same quality, obviously, but there is that similarity.
We got Maddie in the backstage, but I don't know if he's there. Maddie, are you there?
Yeah, his camera keeps going on off and on.
Yeah,
Matty.
Matty, turn your camera on when you're ready, and we'll get you on board. And guys, we've got the link pinned. Come in as you want. Yeah, we're not going to go into this non-binary debate. My God, we'll be here all night. Let's move this on. Okay. I've got to say, like, with West Ham winning today, with Leicester getting their manager bounce, and yes, and I am calling it a manager bounce. Yeah, I'm here, but my camera's being buggy. All right, bro, we'll get you on in just 2 seconds. With Forest now moving down into 19th, I do feel that the optimism of the fan base has increased, even though we've gone down. It's such a weird scenario. It really is. Am I reading this wrong, Dino, or are you getting the same impression? And guys in the chat, are you feeling more optimistic or less optimistic about staying up? Dino, does any of that make sense?
I'm more optimistic. It's this split thing again that I mentioned earlier. I'm more optimistic because the players showed a lot of fight, but then that counteracts it with Cooper's negative tactics. So if he can step up and say, right, let's push these. These have had 120 minutes plus penalties. You know, a couple of days before, 3 days before we play them. They've obviously got the trip up. Then they're not going to train much over the next couple of days. They're going to be knackered. I would just go for it, but I'd have gone for it weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago.
Okay,
so it's only, the only thing that would ruin it for me on Wednesday is Cooper's tactics. End of.
But Dino, one flash in the pan. Are you holding on to?
I think the players have come out a lot more on social media in the last week, haven't they? And realised that they're letting the fans down, they're letting the club down, and they're willing to fight. We've seen Felipe out, we've seen Niakate out, MGW's been out. You know, more than they've been all season. So I think they've realised that they're responsible.
Okay.
But they are being shackled, like I said, one hand behind your back.
Yeah, but they have been all season, mate. They have been all season.
Yeah, right. Totally. Which is why I'm Cooper out, mate.
I don't give a shit.
Because I don't see any changes. I don't see any changes whether we get relegated in the Championship. We'll low block our way back up with counter-attack, and that will drive me mad. But, we'll still have a party at the end if we get promoted again. But then it'll be the same old. There you go. Right. That's who I want in. Sorry. That's my style of football that I like to see, personally.
And you say something, and then Matty, you've got your camera working. Give us a quick wave, and we'll bring you in, bud. And you were saying something?
No, I wasn't. No, I was saying you're making me fucking suicidal. You lot are, honestly.
Right.
Fucking hell, it's 7 games to go. We can go down or we can stay up. Nobody fucking knows. Nobody knows what the results are going to be. You don't need to assume we're going down and get all depressed about it.
We can if we want. I'm
not depressed about going down.
No, you're making me depressed.
No, but listen. Can we just pull that comment back up before Matty comes in?
Go on.
I really think that if we can win, I've got a lot of hope if we can win on Wednesday. If we lose or draw, my hope just dives. Because we've got to win our home games.
Why? We're going to beat Brentford and Palace. Why do we need to win our home games? What's up with you?
What about Arsenal? He doesn't want to win the home games because he's worried about his beloved Arsenal.
The other teams are getting results around us, Anne.
Eh?
The other teams are getting results around us, and we're not getting those results. That's the problem. So we have to win on Wednesday.
It might be our turn soon. Think like that. Think positively. It might be our turn soon.
I think we can win Wednesday. 2-1, I think.
See, I'd be all right with a draw. I'd be all right with a draw against...
No, I wouldn't.
A draw against Brighton, beat Southampton, and it goes to the last day of the season away at Palace. That's how I reckon it could pan out.
Fucking, we'll be down by then, man. They're going to pull away. All the teams around us... Let's get Matty in. Matty's been patient. Let's get Matty in. Let's get Matty in. Maybe he'll bring some sense into this.
We do have a problem with our style of football, whether it's this season, next season in the Premier League, next season in the Championship. For me personally, we have a problem.
If we stay up, Cooper will not be there next season. So forget next season. Don't worry about it.
Oh, he will. Oh, they will laud him.
I'm telling you now, I will put money on it. Marinakis is no twat. He doesn't want to go through this again, but the amount he's investing, he's a very ambitious man, and he's putting a lot of money in. And if we stay up, he'll want a proper manager coming in. I'm telling you that. He's more likely to stay if we go down. But if we stay up, Marinakis will want a new manager. I'm telling you that. Put your house on it.
I'd like to think so, Anne, personally.
Dino, do you think he wants to go through this again?
No.
I don't want to go through this shit again, man.
No, let's bring Matty in, please.
Yeah, Matty, how are you, buddy?
I'm great, thank you.
Sorry to, again, chuck you literally in the middle of their argument.
It's good to see people somewhat excited to watch Forest, which I haven't been for the last 2 weeks. Probably a bit
Go on, tell us your mood, mate. How's it been for you? How are you feeling currently? Where do you think it's going?
I agree with Dino. It's really dependent on Wednesday, depending on the result. I think the loss FA Cup semi-final is going to bring them down a bit, so they might be good for when we play them. So it might be their morale is a bit lowered, which it might not be their professional team, or they might not be knocked by it at all. But I think any knock to them would be good enough for us at the moment with how we are.
Do you not think? If you remember how Newcastle were, I'm sure Spacebar will agree to this. When they got to the final of the Mickey Mouse Cup, for the matches leading up to it, they were crap, weren't they? And then I think as soon as they finished that, they lost it. Then they went back to being Newcastle. Do you feel like maybe Brighton going through would have had it, or do you think your scenario is better?
I think Man City would have taken them out anyway, but. You never know. You never know what a professional player is thinking, because obviously they're professional. None of us are in their position. But I think if they're not going to be happy after it. If it's either going to be they're neutral or they're going to be down about it.
Could it not galvanise them for a European push? Is that not a possibility?
Maybe.
I would have preferred them to go through, to be honest.
Europe anyway. I think they're very likely to get conference, and I think they know that. So I don't think that's what they were looking for specifically with the FA Cup. And then again, as I said, I could be very wrong.
Yeah, but it comes to the point, doesn't it, Maddie, that it just matters what we do on the pitch.
Oh yeah.
I want to ask you, are you feeling more or less optimistic? But I'll just tell you what the chat are feeling. 46% of the chat are feeling more optimistic. I'm sure that's down to our positivity tonight. 27 are feeling less. And 28 are the same. Where do you sit on this, Matt?
I just put same, because I think Liverpool brought it up, but not. It was I'm sort of at the level after the West Ham game, where I don't think we're down, but I don't think we're definitely up. So as I said, as I think before the Wolves match, it's very dependent on this game, even more so than the Wolves match. Because we got even less games now compared to the Wolves match. Wolves match we had about 7 games left. This one we've got about 4 after. So if anywhere's to start winning games, it's here. So
agreed.
That's where.
Do you agree with? Because Dino and Matty seems to be on the same wave. Is this do or die with this? With this, who we got again? Brighton one.
Right. I think Southampton we could win, but. I think it's too late at that point. If we haven't won a game by Southampton, we're down. I think at that point.
Yeah, I think I agree with that sentiment.
What do you reckon, Ez? Is it do or bust?
Yeah, I think for me, a draw isn't good enough on Wednesday, and we need to go for a win. We need to at least try to go for a win, and that's the problem. That's when we're not one of those teams, mate. You know, even last season, when it came down to we needed to win. Away tie at Bournemouth to be in with a chance of automatic promotion. We crumbled. It's probably one of our worst performances of the season. Under pressure, we don't.
But the linesman was on the books. Let's not forget.
Well, that's without a doubt. But we can't keep leaving it till the last handful. Literally, we are in the handful. With 6 games to go, mate, and 3 of them at home. I agree with Matty. I think we've got to get a win out of this Brighton game. I think we're not going to have a better chance to play them or in them to have. Been in a worse position having played for 120 minutes today, and hopefully you'll rest players and key players, but we've got to go for it. I can't be leaving it to any later than a Brighton game, because we've got some tough games to finish off with, and we're not going to get anything out of those in my opinion. So we've got to we've got to go for it on Wednesday.
And I can't not ask Ant. Sorry, I can't not ask Ant. It's too much fun to not ask Ant this question. And is it must win?
Of course, that'd be so silly. What if we lost against Brighton and won every other game? How can it be a must fucking win? It's such a stupid fucking concept. We've had this discussion so many times.
Shall I tell you why?
I love you, Wolverine.
Don't tell me why, because whatever you say will be bullshit.
Really?
That's fact. That's fact.
Really?
We could lose against Brighton and win every other game. Not likely, but it's possible. So it's not.
Okay, what if we won every other game and the 3 teams ahead of us won every other game?
They can't because they're playing each other.
Oh, fuck, he's good. He's good. He's good.
Get our jail card there, mate.
He's good.
But you're a good wind-up merchant, mate.
He's good.
Matty, can I just ask you a non-related question?
Yeah.
Have you got a Forest channel, or are you a streamer?
Gamer? I used to be, but I'm not anymore. When I was,
You got a
when I was
really
like
good
12.
mic set up, so I wondered what your
it's
background
just
was.
now an obnoxious mic setup. That's all it is now.
You sound crystal clear. It's good to see. It's good to see no lag from someone coming on. All right, Matty, give us some inspiration, bud. Right?
Oh, it's not going to be much.
Fuck.
Score
Give us-
goal if you win.
Please try. It's our 10K party stream. Please try.
Yeah, I need some party streamers, man.
If Cooper isn't a whiny little girl, is I think what I've used before to describe it, and play all scared, playing 5 at the back, playing scared football, just not conceding
Sorry, I
at all.
choked on my food. Sorry, I'm eating backstage. But,
I think if he gets out of that, and puts all his effort into it and goes into it no fear, he's going to come out with a win. He comes into it wanting a win, he's going to get a win. I don't think he's really gone into a game thinking that. I don't even know for how long. Probably not since West Ham. Is probably the earliest I can think of. But yeah, if he goes in thinking we'll win, we probably will win, but we don't know at this point.
Matty, that was brilliant, mate.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
literally,
told you,
that
it's not
really
very much.
cheered me up now. And that's why
Yeah, I need some fucking happy clapper
I'm
juice.
panicking.
I could cheer you up even more. In the last 7 games,
That wasn't me.
that was me. You
Last-
deserved it. Sorry.
in the last 7 games, Brighton have won 4, drawn 2, lost 1. Forest have lost 6 and drawn 1.
Forest haven't won in 11.
Yeah.
Matty, on that note, buddy, we got to do the draw. So thank you for coming on. It's a pleasure
thank
to
you.
have you on here,
Matty,
buddy.
I wish I was that intelligent now. Never mind when I was your age. But yeah, brilliant. Love it.
Yeah.
I'll be a stranger. Come back on at some point.
Yeah. All right, buddy. We'll catch up with you in a bit, bud. All the best.
Thank you.
Mate, take care.
Cheers. All right, let's do a quick giveaway. Let's do a mug. Yeah.
You there, Jack?
Let's do a mug. Okay, this is to the members. This is to the members. What we'll do, everyone who's won, we will post a community tab there, and just make sure you get in touch with us with your name, address, etc. if you win one of the prizes. So members, can I get a yes if you're ready? And also, non-members, make sure you've subscribed because we're going to give away 5 more gold memberships as well. But we need 150 likes. We've got over 200 people in here. Let's see if we can get 200 likes on there. So the mug will be for silver and above membership. And then when we do the hoodie, it will be for the gold members. Okay, so are we ready? Shall we go to the Wheel of Doom? Shall we go to the Wheel of Doom? Members, if you're in here, give us a yes. Give us a yes so we know you're ready. Let me get this ticker off. It's annoying me.
Lots
It's
of
annoying me.
yeses.
Okay. Ready. Joe's ready. Mobs is ready. Ez is
Someone's
streaming
got
from his New
to
York
think,
property.
I'm not ready, are they?
Oh, they might not be, mate. Maybe they're not dressed or something. You never know. We can't see them. All right. Can we get a drum roll, please? Good luck to all the members. This is for the mug that Anne is about to show off on screen right now. And drum roll, please. It's your cue.
You told me not to do that.
No, Dino's
Yeah,
doing
you
it.
can't. You're not allowed to touch the buttons.
I'm
Anne.
slick on the drum roll.
Can we have a fucking drum roll, please?
I've just given you a drum roll.
Well, I didn't hear it.
You have to pay every time we drum roll.
We can't hear it, Dino.
Here it is.
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Good luck, everybody. Oh, the timing is way off. And it's gone to... It's going to say Forest Dan or something, isn't it?
Yes.
Rachel Brown, congratulations. You are the first winner of the beautiful mug. Rachel, get in touch with us. We will post it up for you. In fact, let's do another mug as well. Let's do another mug. Should we just roll into another mug?
Yeah,
So
let's go
Rachel
straight.
Brown, do me a favor, write down the name. Congratulations, Rachel. Here we go. Here come the rigged chants already. Love it. All right, let's do one more to prove that it's not rigged. So,
Another drum roll.
you know what? I'll time the drum roll. Don't. Oh, he's done it. Okay. All right, he's done it. Here we go. Mug number 2. Let's see which mug is going to get it. And it's going to be Rachel again, isn't it? Chris Mitchell, congratulations, Chris. Well done, Chris. You just won yourself an FFTV mug. Congratulations, buddy. All right, we'll do.
I'm jealous because I've not even got one.
I had to pay for mine.
I ain't got one either. I'm
Joe.
fucking pretty jealous.
Next time,
All
the
right.
one that's going to pay out something. That's why.
I didn't even know you paid out for it. All right, guys. So I'll close that
I
poll.
didn't fucking find it, did I? It's got my bloody face on it. I mean, it's
Oh yeah, you can choose whose face you want on it if you want.
Yeah, let us know who you want. Hopefully, Ez wrote it down on who won it there. So yeah, fantastic. All right, we will put it all on the post at the end. We got Jack backstage. I want to bring Jack in. Poor Jack's been in and out like 30 times. Jack, are you ready to come aboard? All right, let's get him on there. 2 seconds. And Jackie boy, how are you doing?
Well, not brilliant because of the recent scores, but what can you do about that?
Mate, I love your setup before we get started. What have you got going on in that background? That looks fantastic, mate.
Is that on the shelves? Is that all the Forest players we've signed this season?
That looks like Star Wars. Is that Star Wars figures? No way, man. You got any originals there?
No, it's all more of the recent stuff.
Fantastic. Fantastic. But the lighting looks good. Love the Forest banner up there as well. Fantastic, mate. It's looking a lot brighter than our season, to be honest. But yeah, how you feeling? How did you feel about the Liverpool game? Did you see positives in it? Did you feel, or do you look at it thinking we're now 19th, we're more screwed than we were? What do you think?
Well, Nico Williams had a very good game, which was really good for him. Morgan Gibbs-White had a better game, but I'm sick of saying after games, this was good. This in the second half felt good. We were never overall good, which is we can't combine all the good things from the matches. It's always one thing per match. So I thought we were really good in that second half because we really fought for it, which we haven't done yet, really, apart from Brentford. I'd say it's the only other time we did that. But we are lower, so it's...
You know, you make such a cracking point. It's just there's always something that's been wrong with the game. Yeah, it could be the tactics. It could be an individual error. It could be, someone picked their nose at the wrong time. Dino, he's spot on, isn't he? It's like it's not something I've thought of yet. Everything just never seems the clouds never seem to land. Have we just lost half of? Like, is that another emergency broadcast by the government or something? Or are we still live, Dino?
Stay off YouTube.
Yeah, but he's right. I think Jack's just dropped off. We'll bring him back in. But what did you think? Yeah, I'll get him back on. What did you think of his point there, Dino?
Oh, he's bang on, mate. He's absolutely bang on. I mean, all these young lads are coming on and embarrassing us, to be fair.
They are,
They've got it spot on, haven't they? So
I'd like to say we've inspired them with our thought processes. That got them
I think so. Yeah. They learn, don't they? It's like it's like Star Wars thing where you're teaching them to fight with a Zubby thing, whatever it is.
Yeah, but Jack, you're a young looking lad, right? So for you, I'm assuming you've only ever known Championship. Yeah, a bit like me, I'm 21, so I hear you. We're on the same wavelength, right? So shut up, Dina. So how do you feel about this season? I mean, this question has been asked a bit. Do you miss the days of last season when we were just tonking everyone and winning? Or do you think, like, this is the league we need to be in and just establish ourselves and then build on it? Because it must be hard having never seen Premier League football in your life before.
It's nice to see us back in the Premier League against those big teams, which you don't get in the Championship. But I'd rather see us do well against big teams than the smaller teams. Even if we got like mid-table in the Premier League or nearly got relegated, but we stayed up, I'd prefer that than being in the Championship.
It's survival, isn't it, in the Premier League?
Yeah.
Like the Burnleys of this world who came up and then kind of spent quite a lot of years in the top flight against all odds, against not having any money, and the Brentfords of this world, they've got no money. Have they? But they still do it. They still, the Brightons of this world, picking up cracking players. They've got an identity, and I think you can have all the money in the world thrown at it with an owner, but you can't really buy an identity that you sign players around, you pick your manager around, you pick your tactics around. So, yeah, I mean, it must be quite frustrating. And I can see from are you still Cooper in or out? I just want to ask you that one.
Every week it changes, but at the moment I've got to say Cooper out.
Yeah, I think a lot of the younger generation. I think a lot of the younger generation kind of haven't seen in the top flight. I think that must see Cooper as some sort of messiah, whereas I think where me and Ant are coming from, we've seen him for a lot longer.
Oh God, sorry. Jack, Simon's got some advice for you. He says, at your age, I wouldn't waste your time following Forest. Focus on women. Forest will still be rubbish when you're married with kids. And just a very quick shout out and thank you to Sons of Sevenless. Thank you for becoming a member, you absolute legend. Simon, that caught me left field. But I do feel your pain, man. But if it makes you feel any better, right? My kids, I know I've got 3 of them at the age of 21. It's impressive, yeah? But they're going through pain right now. One's an Arsenal fan and one's a Man City fan, right? He's freaking almost suicidal after they drew at Southampton. So it's all relative to where the pain is to where you are in your expectations. So don't give up hope yet, yeah? We've still got 6 games, yeah? Believe me, you've missed some major heartbreaks in the last 20, 30 years of Forest, right? So you've done yourself well. Hopefully we will survive. There is a path to survive. But let me finish with this question with you, bud. Do you think we can beat... I keep wanting to call him Brighton on Wednesday. Is there a chance? Did you watch the FA Cup game today?
Yeah, I did.
They looked good, didn't they?
And they were very good, but they're... And if we...
Oh, we're losing your little Jackie boy.
Yeah. Shame.
And I think that gives us the answer, Ez, that it's an own win against Brighton. So I don't know. But yeah, Jack, thanks for... Oh, he's back. All right, let's get him on because he is chopping in and out a little. I just want to know how he's feeling about that one. Hold on, let's just bring him on. Jackie boy, where are you? There you go. All right, Jackie, it's chopping a little, mate. So on Brighton, what do you reckon?
I think we can win.
Yeah, do you believe that look in his eyes is?
Yeah. I'm going
I
for
think
3.
he's got... Yeah, no, he's...
That's called blind optimism, that is, because Brighton are a fantastic side. But we can win.
You just had a go at us for being negative.
No. I said we can win.
That's just called blind optimism.
You're going to be there. You're going to be there.
That's what I've got, blind optimism.
No, I'm not, no.
No, have you been to any games this season? Have you managed to?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I have been. I've been to Wolverhampton and West Ham away.
Oh, God, you poor guy.
Don't go to away matches. That's my advice.
All right, Jack, you're chopping all over the place, but it's a pleasure to have you on here, buddy. Keep the faith. Yeah, keep the faith. We'll try and keep you cheered up as we go, but we will be realistic as well, yeah? Oh, you shut up. All right, Jack, have a good one, mate. Good to have you on, and come on, you Reds, buddy.
Come on, you Reds. You're welcome.
You Reds. It's you know what? It's really interesting to see the younger generations.
I was surprised by that.
And obviously, I know how they react because I go through the same thing, being one of them, right? But it's really interesting because you forget there are kids who've never seen Premier League years. Yeah, all of us here, apart from me, obviously, haven't seen Premier League years before. And you kind of forget that they don't know what that taste is like, and this is their first taste of it. I would have expected most of the youth to probably be more Cooper in, if I'm being honest with you, because he's the one who brought it for them. Do you not agree?
I wouldn't expect that because younger people, I think, are less tolerant than older people in general, except for Dino.
I'm not tolerant at all.
That's what I mean.
How dare you?
I said except for Dino. That's what I said.
Yeah.
But I just want to say something as well. I absolutely understand the point of view of the youngsters who haven't seen Premier League, but this Premier League is nothing like the Premier League I saw 24 years ago.
In my day.
No,
Yeah, here
it's
we
not
go.
though. The amount of superstar players that are around now, it's a different ball game. It really is.
100%.
Yeah. Sarah's
I agree.
Cooper in, and I think that's why, because Cooper gave them that Premier League.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, Dino? What do you think? I mean, it's not for us to answer. It's for the youth. Well, it is
We've been
kind of for
waiting
me to
23
answer.
fucking years. They've not.
I can see where they're coming from. I can't see where I can't see. Listen, I respect everybody's opinion, but I don't understand it when people like me and Ant that have seen the glory years are so committed to Cooper. I don't get that. But like I say, everybody's entitled to their opinion, as am I.
Of course.
Yeah, the younger generation. Yeah, I can see why. Certainly the people. When I say the younger generation, if somebody's starting to watch the Forest at the age of 10, we've been out for 23 years. We're talking about mid-30s as well that have not seen success. So it's not just the 20 young 20-year-olds. It's up to 35 for me.
Yeah, well, it's more than that, isn't it? Because if you think about it, 23, 35, say they started to really notice football at the age of 12, that's where you probably remember your memories of football. Yeah. It's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot. I kind of look. Sharky's having a go at me, so I've done it. I've done the Cooper in out, shake it all about poll. So get your votes in on that. I said before.
I'm opening up YouTube so I can vote on that.
While everyone's voting on that, let's do 5 more member giveaways. So we need 3 more likes. We need 3 more likes to get 150, and then we're just going to give 5 more members. So if you have to be subscribed, otherwise it won't. What's the word I'm looking for? Randomly select you. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're going to do that in 2 minutes. So hit that subscribe, hit that like. We need 2 more likes for 150. That's it, exactly as Crypto says. Like the chats, subscribe. Okay, let's have a look at some of these comments just before we do that. Laser's saying, I'm nearly 15. I am Cooper in just because we are not guaranteed to stay up with a new manager. He's done that line that I can't stand. I love you, Laser, but that line. He's the best manager to bring us up. We do, he also got us up and hard because of injuries and that. And can I ask you on this best man to get us back up line? What are your thoughts on that? You keep powering, sons. You keep powering. Get that head down in those books. Good man. Sorry, Ant, go on.
Yeah. It depends on the squad we have next season. I wouldn't want Cooper in charge of the squad we've got now.
Do you think we will have the squad next season, Ant?
I honestly don't know. I mean, it's down to the players. It's not down to money. It's down to whether the players want to stay or not. And I'm not sure how many will.
Yeah, let me just throw a little curveball into that, right? What makes the players think anyone wants them? Let's be honest here. Let's be straight.
They're just not being played correctly.
But if we were to be objectively critical on it, if I'm a club owner looking in at Forest and trying to nitpick their players, you go Jono, you go Felipe, yeah?
Yeah, not Felipe's 33, he'll be 34 next season.
I'd still take he's Premier League.
Yeah, I would. Absolutely. I want him to stay till he's 95. I love the guy.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, once I get past these two, honestly speaking, is there anyone who would really be, arousing you? Lodi's going back. They're not going to take the option, yeah? So that's one for Atletico to deal with.
MGW, people are allowed.
Do you think he's been that impressive in the eyes of other owners, is what I'm saying here?
Yeah, no, I don't think he has, but I still think that there'll be clubs in for me. Again, it depends on the price, doesn't it? Somebody offers.
Yeah, but I guess the point I'm getting to here is it going to be, because you said it's about the players wanting to leave, yeah?
Yeah.
What I'm asking, I guess, is, are we going to be stuck with Deadwood stuff? You know, Deadwood
That's what normally
players.
That's what normally happens when you get relegated. All the good players go, don't they? And the bad ones stay. That's how it normally works.
Yeah.
Dennis,
And that's
somebody will come in for Dennis. Danilo. There's a few. Niakate.
Yeah, Danilo's going to cost him a lot of money though because he's on a 6.5-year contract, so he'll be a fortune.
But he may have. The thing is, Dino, a lot of these players may have relegation clauses.
Release. Yeah.
What do you think, Dino? Do you think we are going to get stuck with a lot of Deadwood next year and lose the cream of the crop?
Of course, yeah. I think we'll lose the likes of Jono and Felipe and people like that. But listen, Deadwood, what you term as Deadwood in this division is not Deadwood in the Championship. It is absolutely a total different kettle of fish in this league.
Yeah.
You know, it's so the likes of Surridge will do well in the Championship. You know, the likes of Freuler will do well in the Championship. Mangala will probably keep him. He'll be a brilliant addition. Shelby, all these players that we're calling now.
Absolutely agree.
£2, Lenny. Will I get a season ticket if they go down?
Thanks so much for the £2, Lenny. Appreciate it. I mean, they'll all be available, I'm sure, if we go down. Sorry, Dino, carry on.
No, just that really. Just if we go down, I mean, look how Worrell and McKenna stuck out last season for us in the Championship.
There's a point there, Chris Wood. Chris Wood would probably be brilliant in the Championship.
Probably would. Yeah. I just think we've got to look a bit longer term. We need to have. The problem isn't each player. The problem is the players compared to the system that we want to play. And I'm not convinced that Marinakis wants to play a 30% possession game, counter-attacking. And it's got to come from Mr. Marinakis if you're listening, or any of your family. You need to create. If you are running the club the way it is with a director of football and a coach rather than a manager, then we've got to have an identity. And if identity is having 50-60% possession at home, then things have got to change. But things have got to change all the way down the club, from who we recruit in terms of the recruitment staff, the coaches, the style of play we do, like high pressing, for example, is a completely different setup than we do now. We are set for low block. All our coaches are set for low block, but our recruitment staff are probably a little bit all over. We've got people that don't match any of those systems, really.
Correct.
So we need to match the system all the way down. And so there's a big clear out for me needed.
Just before you jump back in, Ant, it's time to do the 5 gifted memberships. Gold memberships incoming. Ladies and gents, get ready. Make sure you've pressed the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. I am about to roll the dice right now and gift another 5 members to say thank you all so much for all your support these last 4 months on FFTV. Here we go. Are you guys ready? Oh, it's going to do another goddamn code, isn't it? So, let me just get a stupid code. Someone say something.
Well, I'm just going to say, Lewis O'Brien, I'd love to see him back in bowler. He can't even get in the Blackpool side now.
No, he can't.
Not getting in.
It was sub yesterday.
Yeah, he's crap.
Dead meat.
Yeah, Lee, if you're watching, your bowler boy is crap.
He's resigned to going down now, Lee. I watched his stream yesterday.
Yeah, all right, here they come. Here come those 5 gifted. Boom! In they come. And congratulations to Ben, who gets the gifted. Fat nuts, what a name. 1860, Graham Wilson, Alexi, and Hussein. No, not Hussein, sorry. Czech gets the gifted. And who else got it?
Yeah, no.
Graham, Fat Nuts, Czechs, and Ben. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, that's 5.
Fantastic. All right, I've just got to go to the toilet. Dean, can you take over for a sec?
Who's taking over?
Dino.
Why me?
Yeah,
you're the best looking one.
Like, what's
You're the best looking one, Dino. You're the best looking one, Dino.
That doesn't mean you've got carte blanche for the next 10 minutes to go on about low block.
Huh?
So that doesn't mean you got carte blanche to go on about low block for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about low block. I want to get some more new people in the chat. We've we had a locker room show on a Monday night, which we invited people in. But I actually think this is quite good when we do this sort of off the bat. And I think having some, we've had Mark, Matty, and Jack in tonight with some great opinions. Just come in, guys. You don't have to be on camera. Yeah. Let's get Keith. You're always in the chat, mate. You get on. I'd like to see some of the female contingent as well that we've got on here. In there, Sarah, Jojo, people like that. Crazy Cat Lady. Let's get you in. You were quite down on your post-match vlog yesterday, weren't you?
Yeah, I wasn't.
How are you feeling the day after? Do you actually think we've got any chance of survival whatsoever?
No, I think we've got a chance of survival if we act now. And you know what I mean by acting now, because we can't. Nothing's improving. I know a lot of people said we had a lot of fight yesterday. I'm not agreeing with that. I think we found a way of getting at them, and we kept doing it. I don't think they were defensively solid enough to put up with a long throw, and that was poor from their point of view. But I don't think we showed that much fight yesterday. I genuinely don't. I think we got our chances, and we took a couple of our chances, and we missed the third one, which probably would have maybe eked out a point for us. But I could have seen them going up the other end and getting another free kick and scoring, to be honest, if they needed to. So I'm down on it, obviously, because it's against my brother, and that's always going to hurt. And as it hurt,
okay.
Yeah, that's always going to hurt me a bit more than you guys. But I don't see where all this enthusiasm's coming from for the performance, because I still didn't think the performance was that great. We just got lucky with a couple of long throws, and that's how I look at it. I don't see it as a big sea change in how we've played and how we've performed, and I don't see that there was that much fight, to be honest. I just think we got lucky, and maybe that's me being really.
And as Liverpool are shocking at the back anyway. They have been all season.
Yeah, they wouldn't have played a team like that against someone like Man City, but if they had played against that team against Man City, they would have got absolutely trounced. Yeah. If we managed to give them cause for concern with simply from long throws, and a couple of times when you got up the ball and actually held it up and ran at them, they looked panicked. Konate was poor. As soon as Van Dijk was under any pressure, you saw him give the ball away. So they've not got a great back line. We saw Alisson kick the ball straight out of play. So you put a little bit of pressure on them, and that's what annoys me, because we could have done that. We had the opportunity to do that, and we let teams off the hook. We did that against Man U. That start of that second half, when it looked like we had a high press on them, we stopped doing it. As soon as it looked like it was unbelievable, because the fans really got up for it. The fans were cheering when we were cornered them in around their penalty area, and with Maguire having been on the booking in that game, we didn't go for him. It was just scandalous. So we let teams off the hook constantly. And
we can't pass the ball in midfield, can we, Ez? We can't pass the ball in midfield.
We cannot.
We haven't been able to do it all season.
When's the last time, apart from that goal against Man City, when's the last time we had more than 5 passes find our players? Because we don't, and that's what contributes to the atrocious possession stats. Go on, jump in.
No, I was just going to say, I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you have, and I said it again against Manchester United. I don't get this. Every single time, and I mean every single time, a ball is punted up into midfield, whether it be from our defenders or their defenders, we never ever win the ball. It always goes to their player. Why is that? I don't get it.
There's a lot of stuff in the chat here, and I tend to agree with this now. And I do want to. Sorry, Wolverine. I just do want to come on to another question before you come back in. So we've got a few here. Freuler's the problem in midfield. I have to say, I've really stuck up for Freuler early in the season, because I know he's a bit of a ghost, but his stats were okay. But he really does go missing, doesn't he? And there's so many people here, look, sort of really kicking into Freuler. What's your guys' opinion on Freuler? Do you think he's probably should be done now, and he's not good enough for this league?
Well, I think he should be played in the right position. That's my opinion on it.
And what's the right position?
Yeah, he's not CDM. He can't defend. He can't tackle.
Further forward, what? Because he's not got the legs for box. So where are we talking about? MGW's position?
No, not that far forward.
No. He doesn't play that for
central
Switzerland.
Central midfield. I mean, when he played for Atalanta and when he plays for Switzerland, he doesn't play like that. You can see him.
He's not that deep. He's not that deep.
In the final
much
third
slower
of the pitch.
game, mate.
True.
But
That is absolutely true.
That's why he gets away with it. But I just want to respond to Owen's comment here. The question that was asked to me is, am I any more positive after that performance yesterday? And I'm not. I don't think there was enough in that game to make me think now that we've turned a corner. Yes, we got a couple of goals away from home, but I don't think they were very good.
No,
I don't think we were great. I don't think they were very good. So that's where I'm coming from with this.
Bournemouth beat them a couple of weeks ago. Bournemouth beat them a couple of weeks ago. I know it was not Anfield.
We'll definitely get at a ball yesterday. There's no doubt about that. And we let them off the hook again.
Yeah.
I want to ask a really awkward question to probably all three of you.
I'm not telling you how long it is. How many times do I have to tell you?
And that's a Mr. Marinakis question. Now, we've all been very positive about our glorious owner. Has he made mistakes this year?
Yes.
You know, is he because he's the one with the money and he's splashing the cash on all of that, not just Cooper, not just the players, but everyone within the club structure all the way down. Now, we've had 3 directors of football, sports directors, whatever you want to call them. We're on our 3rd one with Ross now. Wolverine, where do you think, how much do you think he's got to look at himself and say, you know, I've made a lot of mistakes this year?
He's made 2 mistakes for me. Yeah, with players.
He didn't sack him in October, and he didn't sack him a week ago.
Correct. Correct. Well, you asked me the question. With players, I don't agree about mistakes in players because any player can be a mistake. Yeah, you roll the dice on whatever player it is. It's maybe the recruitment in terms of who they were getting was a bit haphazard and what have you. But for me, the golden mistake, the number 1 mistake was not getting rid of Cooper in between that Leicester game and that Wolves game, anywhere within that period. And Forest right now would be a mid-table team.
I do tend to agree with you on that.
You do agree with that, Ant. So why isn't he pulled the trigger now then, Ant?
Because it's too late. Because I keep saying this, you've got to have somebody to bring in. And as I've said, since the formation of the Premier League in 1992, there have been 39 clubs that have replaced their managers with like 8 games to go. And not one of them has finished above where they were when they took over.
Yeah, but
not one.
And
so why
let me argue back on that.
Why should this be different? Pardon?
Let me argue back on that. Where were Crystal Palace when they sacked Vieira?
Yeah, but there are mitigating circumstances. They had played the top 6 sides and lost them all.
Listen. That stat, you can play it how you want. Crystal Palace, when they sacked Vieira, were 12th. Crystal Palace are undefeated in 3 or 4 matches, and they're 12th.
No, there you go then. We're talking about teams near the bottom. Palace weren't near the bottom. They were halfway up the table.
But no, they were 1 or 2 points ahead of us. They were 1 or 2 points ahead of us.
They were 12th.
Yeah, you're missing my point. You're missing my point.
Yeah, let's move on because it's
all right. Anyway,
right? That's going back to you, Wolverine. With who as manager? If I'd have sacked Cooper at that time, and then I want to come back to.
If we'd sacked Cooper in October,
I want to listen to Ez's point on Marinakis, but you carry on with that one.
If we'd sacked Cooper in October, at the time I said I didn't want to speculate because he was still in. Yeah, fuck it. I would have gone Bielsa, 100%. Bielsa would have had plenty of time to adapt a high pressing ethos into that team. Plenty of time to get them working. I would have had Nuno.
Is it the same Bielsa that virtually got Leeds sacked? Is it the same one?
Let me finish. Is this the Bielsa that they're begging to have back now at Leeds?
Yeah, because they're still losing. So they want to lose.
Just hold. Let me finish my point, man. Let me finish my point. So those are the 2 names for me that I would have gone for, right? Obviously, I never said Emery. But you look at it with hindsight, and we could have had Emery. Yeah.
Now you're talking.
Yeah. So there's options to be had. As far as I'm concerned, if you're gonna get rid of the manager, it has to be then. The problem I now have with these people, with certain people that are Cooper in, is when they turn around and say it's too late, because they're almost saying that we agree that Cooper should go, but it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It doesn't make sense. They should be just saying, they shouldn't even be saying it's too late. For a Cooper inner, their argument back can't be it's too late because you're implying by that.
Because he's the right man to bring us back, which I don't agree with anyway. So
that's the other one.
Right, hold on. Okay. Sorry, Ez, I will come back to you.
No, that's fine.
This is quite important. So I've heard you say over the weeks that no Bielsa, no what's his name at Everton,
Dyche.
No Dyche.
I agree. No Dyche.
But I've never heard you say who you would bring in.
That's because I haven't got anybody, Dino. If I had somebody, trust me, I would say get him out and get him in. That's why I'm not saying get him out, because I've got.
So you're Cooper in then?
At the moment, I've got a choice.
By default, you've got to be, haven't you?
By default, but it is by default, not by choice. I tell you what. The perfect example for me is, and this is what I'm going to say when I say I don't know. So maybe I should say it's up to the chairman or whatever. Brighton, when Potter left, who was supposed to be this god, they brought De Zerbi, and no, let's be honest, nobody had heard of De Zerbi.
Yeah.
Look at it. Look at the guy. So it can be done.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It can be done.
Yeah. Yeah, you're spot on. And it's look, one thing's for sure. Yeah, on this trajectory we're on now. Yeah, forget what happens if we beat this, that, and the other. Let's just look at it in terms of probability. Yeah, just on statistics. Nothing to do with maybe we win this, we fluke this, or whatever. We're down. Probabilistically speaking, I can't say that word.
If I had to put money on it, Wolfie, if I had to put money on it, I would bet on us going down.
Exactly. So my point is the non-sacking of him in October, if the objective was to stay in the Premier League, objectively speaking, was the wrong call. Full stop. Yeah. What kept him in the job, I am more than convinced it was fan pressure. What kept him in after Leeds was fan pressure. What has changed since Leeds? When that message came out saying immediate improvements and points. What has changed is my question. Now, are we saying that the performance against Liverpool is enough to have gone the immediate performance thing? The argument back is we still got 0 points out of it. You could have freaking licked everyone's ass on that pitch. You still got, it might have looked pretty, but you got 0 points out of it.
You speak for yourself.
But do you see my point? Like, we are no better off now. Have we gained any points since that Leeds match?
It was a very, very stupid comment to make unless you're going to act on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you just go on to the manager first? So, you know, what would your choice be? To keep Cooper, which I don't think is the case for you, is it? Who would you bring in? Forget the new manager bounce. Who would you bring in for the future of immediate future and long term?
I think you got to be looking at a long term appointment. You're not looking for somebody for 6 games. And that can't be the mentality. For me, off the top of my head, and probably from managers we could possibly get in, probably be Nuno Espirito de Santo. It'd probably be him. One worst case scenario, we do go down. He's got that championship backing behind him. He has done well in the championship, and he did well with Wolves in the Premier League.
Everyone forgets that, as you're spot on.
Everyone forgets that. It went tits up for them when you want something more than that. You got and you think the grass is greener, and they got rid of it.
He got headhunted into Spurs.
No, he didn't. He was out of a job. He'd been sacked by then. The Wolves fans, he was already sacked.
Okay, fair enough. I stand corrected.
The Wolves fans hated his football.
They wanted the next level, and they weren't happy with what they had. So for me, I'd bring him in because you're planning for next season either way. For me, you have to make a change. You have to make a change while it's still in our hands to do something, because I'm not seeing enough, and I won't go with saying that the performance yesterday was enough to keep him in the job. If that's all it takes, then our standards are really, really, really dropped. And then we've resigned to the fact. I think from some of the fans who are backing Cooper to stay in, it's more of a, no, it's too late. We can't do anything about it now. Not that they've got a solution for it. They're resigned to going down. And it's, like I said, for a while, it seems like they're happy. It's Cooper at all costs. And that's not the case for me. It's not in the Forest at all costs.
Can I just add one point on this, if you don't mind? Yeah. I was listening to something that Klopp said, which fascinated me. Yeah, and this for me is the difference in mentality between Cooper and Klopp. Now, obviously, you can't compare the two. What they've done in the game is night and day. Yeah, but he was asked, why is Núñez not playing? And he was told, and his answer was, it's got nothing to do with his finishing ability. It's his lack of pressing from the front, and and the commitment to the first point of the defensive line is the attack. And I'm looking at that thinking, Why are we not looking at these elite level managers? Because Pep does it, Klopp does it, even Ten Hag, as much as I hate Man U, they're showing signs of it as well. Yeah, all these teams at the top, their ethos is always press from the front. Don't give your opponents time. Yeah, now I'm not saying press 90 minutes in the game, but our ethos is step back to the halfway line and play inshallah football, man. That's what it is. And for me, you have to. When Cooper made the step up to the Premier League, we all said he's never done it before. He's got to learn the ropes. You learn the ropes by looking at the best. And you take from those best, and you see what works with you and what you can bring into your game. For me, he hasn't done any of that whatsoever. He's carried on with his philosophy and tried to mold it into the Premier League, and it hasn't worked. And for me, that's not acceptable.
Thank you, just Matt, for the pound. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Legend.
I just want to bring up one earlier, Michael.
£1 just Matt.
Yeah, Michael, we're not down already, but we're talking probabilistically. That word I can't say.
Probabilistically? What the hell is that?
Probabilistically.
Yeah, I mean, I said if I had to put money on it, I'd put us down. But you've not heard me say. You've never heard me say we're down.
I think if we win Wednesday, we've got a really good chance of staying up. I think we're just talking more about the long term. Ez, I do want to come back to you very quickly, and we'll move on to the Marinakis, because it's something that the four of us have never really discussed, even off stream. So, where are you in Marinakis right now, and probably not just the owner, but the entire family that's involved in the team?
Well, it seems to have had more involvement from other members of his family than we've seen in the past. But you got to stick with him. You got to give him. I don't say, like I said, the loyalty is always going to be to Forest first and foremost, but he's done everything in his power to get us to where we are. And I truly believe if he went with his heart, he would have sacked Cooper back in October. He would have done it. But he felt the fans wanted to keep him. And I think he felt the backlash that would come if he had sacked him at any point this season so far, that he wouldn't have been able to recover from that. But I don't think that's fair on him. And I think the fans need to be wary of what his ambitions are, full stop. And there's the same ambitions as us, for us to be an established Premier League team. And if he's seeing that chance slip, he should have done something sooner. I think he's been too scared to do something sooner. I still wouldn't put it past him doing something now. But for me, he's made mistakes, and I think he in hindsight he will say that as well. And I think if he went with his heart, he would have made different decisions. And I feel like even the sackings of the head of recruitment and things like that have been some sort of way of him getting some sort of frustration out. But I think if he'd really done what he wanted to do, Cooper would have been gone.
So it sounds as though you're almost saying that they've kind of other heads have rolled almost to make a scapegoat.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. I 100% agree with that. It had to be, someone had to be beheaded. It had to be. And the fans backed Cooper. The other big mistake, getting rid of Dane Murphy. Huge mistake. Huge mistake.
Strange that
Huge.
It was a bit weird. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, but Dane Murphy wanted Cooper out, didn't he? So
that's why.
Maybe. Listen, I just want the chat to know that the four of us are completely behind Marinakis after what he's done. I know that much. I just never asked that question before in terms of, do you think he's at fault for anything that's happened this season? And I agree with that. Personally, I think he has made mistakes. Yeah. Certainly with the massive changes in the backroom staff at the high level.
So we're not saying loyalty to Marinakis and not to Cooper. That's not what we're saying. We're saying loyalty is to the club first and foremost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Marinakis will be here a lot longer than Steve Cooper is.
Yeah, Cooper's not keeping us in business. Marinakis is.
Absolutely. And let's not forget Marinakis did COVID. Yeah.
You're not in it to make money.
And he's learning as well. He's learning. He's never had a Premier League club before. He's used to dealing with Olympiacos. Totally different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with what Spacebar's saying here. Lee Charnley is an absolute prick. He needs to go. Yeah. I don't know this for any certainty or fact. Yeah. but he's definitely had a hand in Shelvey and Wood. Yeah, talk about a double contradiction in one sentence. Shelvey, Wood, who was trying to get Darlow back in, Lascelles back in, all the crap coming from Newcastle, turning us into a goddamn retirement home. He's a goddamn prick, man. He's a poison chalice, man. He needs to go.
Bang on, sorry.
Bardet, O'Brien, Biancone not being used. All these you can add onto Cooper's portfolio for me. The other mistake, one more for me, Stephen Reid not being pushed to stay. Now, did he really want to go into that career that he's gone into now? Stephen Reid, for me, you can't go into the Premier League with zero experience on your coaching stuff. Yeah? I'm not saying Stephen Reid had any. Yeah, but to then bring Andy Reid in, who I loved as a player. I freaking got starstruck when I met him back in the day. He's not Premier League experience to come in to do that role. He's not. His only experience was when he played it at Spurs under some crap managers.
I've heard a lot about this Stephen Reid business, and I'm not saying that he's not the most magnificent coach the world has ever seen. I'm not saying that, but Stephen Reid was coming into the Premier League with 23 new players. There's nothing to say that he would have waved some magic wand and everything would have been okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
agreed. But Stephen Reid is clearly bad cop. Yeah, Stephen Reid is the one who probably was driving respect.
That's what we need. I said that earlier on. Yeah, like an assistant manager that's going to get into the players. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of have it. You know, some will argue how good or not it is when you got Keano and O'Neill. You know, they play that good cop, bad cop thing. Stephen Reid said that he had discussed.
It was Taylor that used to get into it. I mean, everybody talks about, but they respected Brian Clough, but it was Peter Taylor that used to grab up against the wall and stuff.
Yeah. Mark, I know exactly what you're saying, but I'm saying was enough done to really kind of, open up the purse strings? I don't know. I'm just saying that.
No, I don't think and this thing, it was a money decision from Stephen Reid. I think he's doing something that he really wanted to do. If you listen,
potentially.
Mental health, doesn't he? He works
mental health. Just on that point on Lingard, I don't know why everyone's putting the blame on the Marinakis for it, because I heard the words from Cooper's mouth that he went down to London to meet Lingard, look in the whites of his eyes. He looked in the whites of his eyes. They talked about his plan. He wanted to know where Lingard was. Huh? No, they did the whole MGW Williams celebration, didn't they? So Lingard is a disaster of a signing. Whoever's responsible for it.
But again, we're looking in hindsight. I think majority of Forest fans were excited by signing Lingard.
Agreed.
So you look back now and you think, that's terrible, fancy signing him. But we weren't saying that at the time.
I wasn't either. I was saying, yay, Lingard. But the only thing I'll say about the Lingard signing, the positive for me on the Lingard signing, was that he put the camera lights onto Forest. Yeah. We weren't having those camera lights on us without Lingard. In terms of suddenly the summer, there was hype and buzz around everything going on. Sharky with the £2, thank you so much. Clapper saying we have a great Cooper adventure. Yeah, exactly. And that is a good point.
Andrew Sharp. Clappers say we have had a great Cooper adventure.
Yeah, this is the thing that hurts my feelings the most, right? I feel that there's a lot of fans who look at this as a holiday that they won on an ITV or on Good Morning, and like, we won the prize, let's go in there, enjoy the holiday, we'll be back home in the championships. If we're lucky, we're lucky. If we're not, and that really hurts my feelings, because I feel Forest are a Premier League club. And that's why I'm so passionate, come hell or high water. Look, if we have to get rid of Marinakis, Cooper, and everyone else to keep Forest in the... If someone said to me tonight, get rid of your board, get rid of Cooper, get rid of everyone, I guarantee you Premier League status tomorrow, I'll say, where do we sign up?
Of course.
That's it for me. Premier League is number one and be all for me. And that's where I stand. Yeah.
And don't forget, match going fans are definitely different to non-match going fans in their vocal support. Obviously, no fan worth his salt will go down and boo when you're playing at home. So when you're down there, listen. When I'm down there and they're all singing Stevie Cooper, I'm doing it. I don't believe it, but
we've only got one song, mate. We've only got one song.
We've only got one song, but I'll be honest, I've stopped singing along. I genuinely have stopped singing. They'll carry on, but I've stopped singing along.
Yeah.
You paid your ticket. It's your prerogative.
Yeah.
It's your. I have no problem.
You don't boo though. I mean, that's
No, I've never booed. I've said this throughout the years. I've never ever booed my team. I've booed. I remember booing McLaren and trying to get him out when we were in trouble. But that's the only ever time I've booed. But I've never booed my players. It'd be like booing my own family. It'd be like booing my mum, mate. I ain't doing that.
It's like I always say, you are never ever going to improve a player's performance by booing him. That ain't going to happen. So
look, I've never booed, but if someone's a Forest fan and they paid their money and that's the way they want to express themselves, who am I to tell them how or how not to do it?
Yeah, I'm just telling my point of view. I don't think it helps. I mean, our atmosphere has helped us a lot this season, and a lot of
Kyle is right there on that last comment.
Would have been toxic. You know, their fan base would have been toxic. You've seen it all the time, whereas we've been supportive. And okay, it might get us over the line.
It's not done us a lot of good, though, has it?
Well, we could have been even worse.
Maybe. I want to just touch on this, Steve. That's bang on, mate. You know who we talked about it sort of pre-stream actually. Brighton. I've got a great club culture. They play in a certain way. They play in a certain style. They buy certain players. They don't overpay. You know, manager leaves to go to Chelsea. Everybody thinks, oh, Brighton are in the shit. They carry on winning. They're just kind of, for me, that's the culture I love at Forest.
That's
buying the same players with everybody in line together. And Brentford are similar for me. You know, all these clubs, and now Villa looking similar to me as well.
Yeah, well, with Brighton, for example,
Chelsea go wrong, isn't it? They keep bringing the manager and changing everything. Then they bring another manager and changing everything.
But you can change managers if the identity of your club is set, and that's what Brighton have done, and to an extent Brentford as well. It's taken them a few seasons, but they've got that right. So you can change the manager, and it doesn't change your structure or the setup.
You know what it's like? It's like you play a certain kind of football. And your reserves should also play that certain kind of football, so that if you have an injury, a player comes in and he fits straight in.
Let me just bring this up from Crypto Rider. 4.99 Crypto Rider.
Let's go off camera.
£4.99 Crypto Rider. I do worry when I see him on Twitter.
And you know what? That's his goddamn right to, and I'll defend his right to do it. I swear to God I will. All right, guys, we've got the hoodie to give away now as well. So, guys in the chat, if you're a gold member, this is coming your way. I need to set it up. Carry on, guys, for a second. I just realized I need the list. Sorry. I'm just getting you all excited, all the golds.
No, just going on about the Brighton. It's a good model. The Brentford, they agree there.
Their recruitment, fantastic.
Continuity, it's just a really good. And if Marinakis or any of the family are listening to this, so I do know people from the club watch this. Just get that identity, whatever it is, and just stay with it and put everybody in line behind it.
Do you think though?
Because at the minute we're all fragmented everywhere.
Do you think though that Marinakis would love that? But obviously you build a structure. And if that's not working, you can't stay with it, can you? So you have to change it again. You know what I mean? You can't. It's like
isn't it down to due diligence?
Yeah.
Isn't it down to due diligence though, and checking whether these people are in the right? So when you get a manager and you want to play progressive, you don't get one that's defensive, for example.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way through. You look at the track record of people that have been signed on a scouting team, whether they are scouting in a certain way to look at certain players that play a certain way, because at the end of the day, if we decide that counter-attacking, if our clubs decide that counter-attacking is the way, we need pacey players. We need players that can play it out from the back, quick. Not passing it around the back. It just makes no sense to me that there's just some disconnect between all of the departments at Forest.
Yeah. You can't do it from the top down. You can't bring a manager in and build the club around what he wants, because as soon as he's gone, then your structure's out the window and you got to
I agree, but the only people that could drive that are the owners of the club.
Yeah, agreed.
They've
All
got
right,
to draw
boys.
out a blueprint and say this is it for the next
Really?
5
It's
to
like
10
when you
years.
see a club and they're looking at 3 managers, and those 3 managers all play totally different types of football. You think, well, hang on, where's your identity? What do you actually want? You know?
Yeah, and this is exactly what I'm talking about, and this is what I've been screaming about for weeks and weeks and weeks. We've got no CDM. We play with a CDM, and we just stick players in there. That's bang on, Carl. That is.
Yeah.
All
right.
A few clubs done that, haven't they?
Let's get over to the wheel.
I don't know.
Man, you did it for years before they got Casemiro.
Okay, before we do the wheel, there's all the gold members loaded in. Your names are there. You can pause the stream to confirm that. Yeah, exactly. A bit of James Bond going on. Just a very quick reminder on the Brennan Johnson signed framed shirt, this beautiful one right here. There are only 27 tickets left. 122 have gone.
Well,
so if you want them,
I mean, there's some extra prize. I mean, there's a booby prize in there as well, but you can.
There's a couple of extra prizes, so you can hit a Steve Cooper signed Forest shirt, number 1 with Cooper's signature on. You can also win an instant prize of a Forest away or third away kit. You get to choose which one you want, and there's loads of £5 credits. The link for it is in the description. It's on Footy Prizes. There's only 27 tickets left, so make sure you go grab those. They're probably going to be gone by tomorrow. If you win the instant prize or the main prize, please send us pictures. Congratulations to Shipstone, who won the double prize. It's fixed, it's rigged, of the signed one last week, or the week before, whenever it was. All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah, are you doing a drum roll yourself? Do you want me to do it?
I'll sort the drum roll out. Okay. Good luck to the members. Should we do a dry run? Let's see who wouldn't win.
Don't tease me.
All right, members, gold members, this applies to you. Good luck to all of you. Let's get this up and running. Here we go. And the winner of the FFTV hoodie is...
Oh, it's done.
Oh, it's Cam Wakerley. Congratulations to Cam, who wins the FFTV hoodie. Congratulations to you, buddy. We will put all the winners up on the community link. Please get in touch with us to get your sizes, etc., and everything like that, and we will get that all set up. Guys, we've gone well over 2 hours. I don't know where that time's flown by. I still feel like there's loads more to discuss, but let's save it for the up and coming streams. I want to listen. You guys in the chat have been fantastic. I've been pretty depressed over the last 24 hours. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but you guys have cheered me up. Obviously, these idiots on the panel have done a bit of cheering up to me as well, so I appreciate it. But it's onwards and upwards to Brighton we go. The games are running out. The points need to come on the board. Tomorrow we will be doing the full in-depth analysis for the Liverpool game. So we'll look at the positives and negatives, where it could have gone right and wrong on there. All we ask from you guys is that you just keep watching, keep feeding back into us anything you want to see, any improvements, anything like that. We want to continue to grow, but we only want to grow into areas that you guys want to watch and what you guys want to see. We're committed to this Championship, Premier League, whatever it may be. Yeah, we're still going to be Forest fans at the end of the Champions League, absolutely, top 4 and what have you. So keep up. You guys are doing the hard work. You're sitting here listening to 3 old farts and a 21-year-old talking rubbish. Yeah, so we love you for doing it. There is a Beat the Drop tomorrow at 8 p.m. I am really not looking forward to it. If you see the private group on that, there's all kinds of swinging going on in there. So don't miss that. That'll be 8 o'clock tomorrow night.
Since we started that, I've not had one fucking bit of, gloating to do or anything. Not a tiniest little scintilla.
All I can say is I'm glad I'm neutral on that show. Neutral.
That neutral card, yeah.
Let's do a quick score
for Wednesday.
Oh, God.
2-1 Forest. Get your scores in the chat.
I'll go 1-0 Forest. Come on, let's do it.
We're being positive then. Okay, we'll go with 1-0 Forest then. We're going to be positive.
Yeah, we're
being positive.
Can I abstain?
No. Not allowed. No fence sitting. You know that.
No, Brighton. Yeah, he's that's the mood he's in. We could be playing County Girl side and he'd say that.
Why? You asked me a question, and I answered it.
What was your answer?
2-0 Brighton. I hope I'm on. Listen. I scored like 4 points on the predictor league this week.
Oh, guess what?
That many.
Guess what? You bastard. Because I've been ill, I totally forgot. I didn't do any fucking scores.
Wait, you were on the stream, weren't you?
Whose problem is that? You were literally on the stream in the audience, giving Mo all kinds of crap.
When was I?
Yeah.
I've lost it. You know
You never had it, mate.
I just told this story very quickly. I had a fit because I thought my brother had got me a Brighton ticket.
No.
He's actually got me a Southampton
Please don't
ticket.
tell this story.
So he told me last night. He said, "No, it's Southampton, not Brighton." I'm thinking, I've not got a fucking ticket. And then I was going through my email today and I thought, oh, I have. I'd already bought it last week.
On that note, we love you guys. Thank you for watching, and come on, you Reds.